What is happening, Internet? Kwing here, and I have a crazy setup. I got Minecraft Dungeons over there doing its thing, and I've got this game going. Multitasking, right? So today's been a... This is not... This is the wrong controller. See, this is the grinding controller for Minecraft. I hope that tape... Okay, it's still working. Good. The tape still works. So we're fine. We need this controller. The one that glows blue. Alright. So, today's been a crazy day for Batman news. I don't even know where to begin. It's kind of controversial. Just to let you guys know. Oof. You guys know my stance on Zack Snyder. I blame him for the Nightwing movie being, we'll say, shelved. The Bat family being, and DC shared universe being all kind of messed up. But if you remember it like this, the best way to explain this is the WB universe is kind of like this. It's multiple kids playing in the same sandbox, and they're very creative. They're all very, very creative people. But together, they're never going to build anything at all, because they all have different visions. This is why it's very important when you make a shared universe, or anything, that you have to have some type of plan. Now, Zack had a plan to make his, whatchamacallit, his Lord of the Rings thing, right? DC had a bunch of drafts for movies that they wanted to do. There were things for Nightwing, there was things for Deathstroke, Batgirl, you know. They had templates, but they didn't have full directors or scripts or really anything.
I still can't believe
and
Sharp is the Arkham Knight.
It led into a lot of problems when Zack really got into his universe. Because Zack has said for a long time that he never wanted to create a shared universe. He had a clear vision, a beginning, a middle, and an end. And DC didn't want to do that. DC wanted, and Jeff Johns, and I don't know about Jim Lee. Dido didn't really do much, because Dido made Jeff Johns the guy in charge of the DC films and things like that from 2016 to 2018 until Johns quit, and to focus on things like Titans and Doom Patrol, Stargirl, things like that. So he didn't want to go that route. And there was a lot of crazy stuff that happened with Justice League. Unfortunately, Ray Fisher's scenes were pretty much all cut by Whedon, which I've talked about in the past. Very upsetting, very annoying. And they decided to replace the movie with all kinds of weird stuff. The Russian family, make Batman smile. There was a lot of problems. Too many problems to name. And Whedon is kind of a jerk. So, he's not... his sense of humor is very dated. He did some pretty crazy stuff to Gal Gadot and some other people. And not cool, right? But I believe that Ray, the reason why he's speaking out a little bit, is he is pretty annoyed that all his stuff was sidelined. And I would be too. He was supposed to appear in Flashpoint. There was a lot of things going forward that Cyborg was supposed to do. And Justice League bombed, and then... you know, nothing happened. Nobody knew if he was going to play Cyborg anymore, and all kinds of stuff. So, I think some of it is lashing out, and I think there's some truth to it. I did meet Jeff Johns once. He was at a convention that I was attending, and the guy was very aloof, I think is the easiest way to explain it. He looked like he had a lot on his mind, and he wasn't really going to stick around and do much. Like, it was like, oh, this is so-and-so, and he's like, oh, okay, hey. He was running from booth to booth. He was going to panels. He was doing all kinds of stuff. So I can't really judge the guy knowing him very well, because I don't. My first impression of him was very busy person. And I think the guy wears way too many hats, so to speak. He does too many things. And there's no way that if you have your hands in too many projects that everything's going to turn out for the best. And I am in no way defending Josh Whedon. You guys know how I feel about Whedon. I respect Jeff Johns for a lot of stuff that he's done with DC Comics over the years, and he may be one of our saviors for the DC 5G thing. That being canceled, by the way. And Stargirl's pretty good, for the most part. I've only seen a couple episodes, so I haven't seen the whole season yet. Oh, I have no idea what we're supposed to be doing now. Cloudburst, right? Oh, a Croc. My gosh, I keep forgetting what I'm doing. This is what happens when I talk a lot. But yes, I do blame Snyder for the death of the Nightwing movies and other things because of his plan. And I'll never agree with him.
Bruce, you've got a problem. A big one. You heard of Iron Heights, the prison airship? Yeah. Well, it just fell out of the sky. Crashed in Gotham Bay. You could have casualties. Or escapees.
Meet me there.
Alright, let's go. Now, where is Croc at? Ah! Never mind. He is over that way, past the movie theater.
So Batman's not actually a bat, right? It's just, I'm pretty sure I saw him earlier, and he kind of looked like a giant bat.
That was Man-Bat. So yeah, that's kind of what was on my mind today. That and the whole Minecraft Dungeons thing has been driving me crazy. Keep fighting. Don't you stop fighting, yo. Because if that tape comes off, I'm gonna be very annoyed. 'Cause I can't. Technically, I'm playing 2 games at once right now. It's kind of cool. Although, let me just say, that's a stupid way to level up your game. Very dumb. Not a lot of thought put into that. So yeah, a lot of things I'm annoyed about today, but oh well, that's life. I really hope that Cyborg gets to appear in the Flash movie, because I like that little Easter egg in the Arrowverse, mentioning Cyborg helping with, you know, the Speed Force and stuff like that, which is what was in Snyder's original vision anyway. Sending Flash through time was a group effort between Cyborg and Batman, because Cyborg being one of the survivors of the
Yeah, I'm on my way. Sandscape.
Dark Side thing.
Iron Heights Penitentiary. What do we know?
What can I say? Imagine the worst prison in the world.
That bad?
No, but it's still pretty bad. What I can't figure out is what it's been doing in Gotham airspace. Must have picked up what we don't know about.
Sorry, Nightwing.
I'm going in.
See you inside, Bruce.
Please, no jump scares today.
Batman, help me, please.
Oh, dude, your leg.
The ship crashed. How?
Jones, Croc, whatever the hell that lizard thing is, escaped. I ripped the engine to pieces. It's still out there, Batman, hunting us.
Don't worry. I'll get you to safety.
Okay, that's weird.
Nightwing, this ship was holding Waylon Jones. He's on the loose.
Yeah, I figured. I found a guard, well, half of one.
Keep moving. We need to find him fast.
Real subtle, Dick. Hang on, guys. I just gotta... Oh! So that's what Keaton's gonna look like. Interesting. So they're gonna make Keaton the Kingdom Come Batman. Huh, okay. I guess that works. I don't know. I don't know what the DC universe is doing anymore. There's too much going on for me to really care. I can't keep track of it all. I really can't. Some really cool concept art floating around of Keaton in the exoskeleton of the Kingdom Come thing. May or may not be legit. I don't know. I don't have time to really look around into it. I'm streaming right now. Besides, Amber yelled at me for being on Twitter too much today.
Don't send me back in there. No more tests. I can't take anymore.
Aw, come on. Don't you want to play with Croc?
I'll get you out of here soon.
Meaning, I'll get you out of here never. How did I do this again? Oh, that works. Oh no. Let's not scare Kwing now.
The prison guard before moving deeper into the airship.
Batman! Over here! Help!
I'm trying to not get in the water. I don't want to be in the water. Oh.
I can't hold out much longer!
You big baby. Come on up.
Thank you. I never thought I'd get out.
You had Croc imprisoned here. What for?
All I know, it was a bad idea. Rankin was playing with fire.
Do you know where anyone else is trapped?
I saw the warden in here right before the crash. You better hurry with that thing out there.
I'll get to him in time. Wait here.
Oh dear. Now, don't hang out near the edge. You'll be fine. Wait, do I have my ice grenade? Ooh, I do. Yes. Yoink. Huh? I thought that makes an ice platform. I'm getting this confused with Arkham City, aren't I? Nani? I thought I'd make an ice platform and then I just like pull myself around, right? No? Come on. Oh. Well, that could be part of it. Okay. Not right now. Really? That didn't work? Oh, that's weird. No, don't do that.
Help me, Batman.
Why should I? Oh, wait, no. Oh.
You shouldn't have come here, freak. You just got added to the menu.
Real polite.
Help me, Batman.
When you need help next time, I will, just ignore your pleas. Wait. No, 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 no! Don't do that! Don't do that! Don't. Try now.
Help me, Batman.
Okay, walk on it. Walk. Thank you.
Let me out of here.
Shut up. Quit whining.
Help me, Batman.
Help me, Batman. You're my only hope. No. What?
Help me, Batman.
Oh. Stop. And turn around. But there's a platform right there. Come on.
Help me, Batman.
Oh, you... Whatever. You know what? Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
Thank you. We need to leave, Batman. Immediately.
Waylon Jones must be apprehended.
Let this place sink and everyone with it. You got no idea.
Haha, I looked away from the jump scare. Haha. Not today. Not today, sucker.
Nightwing, make your way to my location now.
Croc,
He's got the warden.
I'm on the way.
No jump scare today. I was busy looking at the chat. Thank you, chat.
Need a little help?
Hey, what up, boy? Nightwing time. Whoops. No, 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 no.
We're gonna sink this ship, Bat.
Shut your face. An electrifying experiment. Nightwing at his heart is a performer. He likes to show off. Ding. Oh. Zappity zap. Oh. Get up. Whee! That felt good. Nice job, NW.
Taking the warden. Why not just kill him and escape?
Maybe he likes a long lunch?
There was a super chat and I missed it.
I'm in the control room.
No, Nightwing. There was a super chat and I missed it. Well, thank you for the super chat. Could you play the Sly Cooper games? No. K-Wing and K-Wife, how are you doing tonight? Thank you, Bruce Wayne. We're doing okay. Amber has the night off.
Hey, Batman. I'm in the control
You better be
room.
gaining levels. That sucks. Really?
Is it safe to come out yet?
Oh, great. Turn around, you ninny. There you
Hey,
go.
Batman. I'm in the control room.
Apparently that thing doesn't spawn infinitely. Thanks for the amazing content. Also, why has Croc changed so much through the games?
Safe to come out yet?
Oh, do we have to talk continuity? I was having a fun night. How do I put this? Different directors have different ideas of how things are supposed to go, whether or not continuity is involved. Does that make sense? Kind of, sort of? Mostly? Or not at all? Up and at him.
Is it safe to come out yet?
The prisoners have been dealt with. You're safe.
Man, thank you. When I heard those cells unlock, I thought that was it.
I need access to that door.
Good luck. It uses key cards. Two-man rule. As soon as this bird took a nosedive out of the sky, they bailed. Lucky bastards.
I'll find them. Nightwing, I'm going after the key cards. Work on getting the survivors off this ship.
You got it. I'll check the database, make sure we don't miss anyone.
Cool.
Master Bruce, it appears we're When the airship crash-landed, 2 guards did indeed parachute to... well, I hesitate to say safety, sir. It is Gotham.
Send me their location.
I know.
Of course, sir. Though I can only
I know.
approximate where they landed. You'll need to search for signs of a parachute once you get there.
Okay. Yeah, I do look at the chat from time to time. I don't always respond. I can see the chat, but I can't see the chat.
That'll take you right back out the way you came in.
No. I can't. I have horrible eyesight. So I have the chat on my phone, and I've got it right there. Yeah, they were asking me why Killer Croc has changed so much over the years. Yeah. Sly Cooper. I said we can't. Yeah, I get to that pretty quick, honey. Mm-hmm. Love you too. Oh, there we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Wait, are we? Wait, no! Wait. Oh, we have to search for the parachutes. Oh, yeah, now I remember this. I forgot, you actually have to leave Blackgate, or Iron Gate, Iron Heights. One of the irons, I don't remember. Dumb. Never mind. And then you find some of them are dead, and some of them are hanging out. If you want to. Nothing scary tonight. Okay. Not worried about copyright, worried about COPPA.
The Iron Heights guard will have landed near here. I need to search for him.
He doesn't look very much alive. Oops. He didn't make it. Thanks for the appreciation super chat.
Alfred, one of the guards didn't
Thank you, Nightstorm.
notify Cash. Get the body picked up.
Of course, sir. Let's hope his colleague fared better.
Look, you idiot. They're 2 different people. Robin and Nightwing? Really? Hang on. I thought Joker killed Robin. Yeah, that's what he said. But Robin's still around. It's not like Batman's got spares.
Maybe he does. Oh, tease. More the merrier.
There he is! It's Batman!
No, it's not Batman. Yes, it is. Okay, where are you, guard?
What's going on over there?
Excuse me. Excuse you. I'm trying to do something important and you just interrupted. I'm looking for this guy who's on a parachute. Have you seen him? No? Oh, that's a problem. Why don't you cool off, and I'll be with you in a sec. Jump scare already happened. I missed it. I was on my phone.
You work for Riddler, so talk to me.
This is all I know!
It's enough.
Oh, that looked like it left a mark.
You know, I never thought I'd say this, but I'm getting kind of tired of all this rioting.
Okay, now if I was the dude who just jumped from a parachute, where would I be? That's not him.
You know, Hugo Strange used to lecture us like Scarecrow, but he sent food packages too, you know? I love this city. We got victims raining out of the sky. We're gonna bust you up.
Oh, we found him.
What's the bat doing here?
Crowd control. No, no, no.
Over here, Batman!
Hi there.
You okay?
I'm shaken up, but I'll be fine.
I need your key card.
Look, you don't understand. I can't just give you access to the high security area. Iron Heights isn't just... Look, it's complicated.
Croc has the warden. Give me the card.
Now, okay. Just, when you get in there, we were only doing our job, all right?
Nightwing, I've got the key cards. What's your status?
I'm working with Cash to get everyone back to GCPD.
When you're done, return to the ship. Croc's not getting away.
Okay, so we have to go back now to the blimp. The crash blimp. Alright, so where is that again? Ow. You can't do that just yet. You have to do this one. Wait. Am I going back to the blimp? Yeah, going back to the blimp. I keep forgetting where I'm going. Oh my goodness. So there's not going to be any more Man-Bat jump scares because Man-Bat's gone. Joker jump scares is over. Killer Croc jump scares is done. The only thing left is Batman will start hallucinating when the cloudburst happens, and he'll start seeing like Joker on statues and billboards and stuff like that. I think.
This guy is in a different league. He's got enough tanks.
I don't have much.
This place feels like a freaking war zone.
It is a war zone. Kinda. Okay, time to say bye-bye, Birdie. Ah! Wait, I thought there was a helicopter. Wait, how can there be a police helicopter if there's a serpent drone? That's a glitch. That's not supposed to work that way. No helicopters until after the serpents are all blown sky high. Boom. Really? Well, that didn't work. Come on. Come on with that not so bright look on your face. Get over here. Slowpoke. I'm right here. Can you not see me? Here, let me hit you again. You know what's gonna happen? I'm gonna end up blowing you up with my... I hate you. Come on! Right here. Look, look, look! Look, look, look! Right over here. Come on, champ. Come on. Here, boy. Here, lassie. Thank you.
Serpent offline.
Bye. Satisfying. Yeah. After the Croc guys, we're gonna do a tank mission that's like right around here. Thanks for being patient. Oof. I know, bad pun. Use their best judgment and do their thing. Just let me know the name of the person at the end of the stream.
Yeah, so, thank you to our admins for helping us out in the chat. If there's someone who's repeatedly causing problems, use your best judgment. We can always unban people later.
Yeah, but we have to know who it was.
So just please write down their name, like, or that, so we'll know who was banned. And then we can give them, like, a month or a week or something, and then try to give them another chance to come back. Because we don't like to permaban anyone, but... You know, we'd want people to enjoy the stream and not have to worry about problems.
Correct.
Thanks for the super chat, Patrick.
What took you?
Aw, you miss me.
Arkham feels like an adult version of Batman the Animated Series. Yes, thank you for the super chat.
Security door below is unlocked. We can head deeper into the airship.
Yeah. Would want to keep the giant man-eating escaped convict waiting.
Hi, Nightwing. You were robbed in this game, my friend. Alright, so... now where? Oh. Deeper into... Wait. Am I going the right way or the wrong way? Just went the wrong way. If I was a Croc... nope. The other way. Dang it. It's so easy for me to get turned around. No, this is wrong. Maybe this way? This way. There we go.
Thank you for the super chat, Brady Power.
Thanks, Brady. Wait, I thought we were going up.
We tracked the subject back to its den, located beneath the Founders Island lighthouse. It suffered minor injuries during capture. Fortunately, wounds did not impede immediate testing. The creature's regenerative healing factor is quite remarkable. Superficial lesions can repair almost instantaneously, and the subject's hand is now fully regrown post-amputation. Further surgeries have been scheduled to see whether tissue growth can be accelerated. Human trials are underway. Stabilizing the recombinant DNA is our next step. We have lots of work ahead of us. As an aside, the subject's physiology is altering, possibly as an adaptive response to
Mr. Freeze.
sedatives are becoming less effective. Termination, although undesirable, must be considered.
Although I like Nightwing in the Killer Croc level.
The
Warden was experimenting on Croc and the other prisoners, trying to weaponize his condition.
Looks like Croc wants payback. Can't say I blame him.
The Weapon X program, but now the Weapon Croc program.
They must be directly ahead. I'll take the floor grate.
See you on the other side.
Party time.
Let me go!
You made it worse. Fix me.
I can't. Your mutation is aggravated by trauma. There's nothing we can do.
Liar.
Kill him! Rip his head off! See if it grows back!
He suffers first, like us.
Yeah! Animals! All of you! Let's show him what animals can do!
Oh wow, they had mutations. I never saw that.
Will fix me.
I can't!
Son of a bitch. He's lying.
I think he needs convincing to tell the truth.
You won't hurt us anymore.
Hi, Croc. Ooh.
I know you're sick.
It's that aftershave.
It's that aftershave. Nice, Nightwing. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Easy there, big guy. I'm on your side. Kind of.
I'll try not to make you look too bad.
Ladies and gentlemen, the king of Haley Circus. Ugh, you guys got weird mutations. Gross. Don't touch me. I don't know where you've been. Hi, Croc.
This is gonna hurt.
Whoa! Down for the count. Ah! Nope, that's not gonna help. Come on, how do you guys expect to beat me? Okay. Good answer. Oh.
Let's see who can take out the most.
And by most, you mean giant reptile creatures, right? Yay! I have a shock ability with Nightwing! Woo! My life's complete. Yay! Ow, dude, combo. Come on. Rude. Help! Did you just say stop breathing? Because that's not nice. Whoa! Nope. Lights out, Croc. Ow. Oh! Good night! You had to ruin my fun. Do I do that to you? Whatever.
No way I'm helping you carry him out of here. I'm just saying.
Yeah, stick up for yourself, Grayson. He's like, nope, I'm not doing that. You made Tim carry all those people. I saw you do that.
You had a super chat from Bruce Wayne at the beginning of the stream.
I know.
Know how your night was.
I said hi to Bruce.
Oh, and then Brady is super chat asked you if Batman could beat Min Min.
If Batman can defeat Min Min, probably. Even though Min Min's for the win-win, I don't think she can beat Batman. Oh, there he is. Probably should stay in there. Did a lot of bad things. Oh. Watch your step. Uh-oh. No, 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 no.
Thank you. That monster deserves to be put down. There's only one monster here. You're insane! Get your hands off me! You experimented on him. Tortured these men. I'm not begging forgiveness from you.
Oh, no.
I don't forgive.
Seriously, how are we getting Croc out of here?
By Batwing. Reunion time.
Been a long time, Lizard Man. We got some catching up to do.
You're a prisoner, Cash.
I escape once. I escape again.
Try fighting this off, big guy.
You failed to see the bigger picture, Batman. My work was about protecting this country. You care more about those animals. Ah! Are you crazy? You can't put me next to that monster. Let me out of here.
Wow, what a waste. So guys, the Switch timed out. That means I only got 35 levels. I started at 31. That's upsetting. Gosh.
What happened to you was wrong, but you killed people. You have to pay for that.
Windus Warden pay.
He'll face justice for his crimes.
No. He will die. You all will.
Problems they're enunciating there, Croc? Enunciate!
I look around, Batman. I see food.
I don't see any food. Oh, you mean people food.
Croc is a new snuggle buddy.
I look around, Batman. I see food.
I don't see food.
Quorum, we're funding your experiments. I want names. Your wants are of no concern to me, Batman. Run along. You'll talk. They always do. You forget, Batman. As a scientist, I love invalidating a flawed hypothesis.
Punch him in the face!
It's pretty cozy in here, Bat. You want to come join us?
You can't leave me in this cell, Batman. These men, they want to kill me.
Oops!
Ha! This is your punishment, isn't it? You're nothing but a vengeful thug.
Let me shock him. Let me shock him! Dang it. Hello, touch. Raws don't look so good. Yep. All he says is proud of you. I'm proud of me too. Alrighty. Oh, wait, who's that?
I'm still trying to figure out exactly what happened. You really messed with our heads back there.
He used the police siren to mess with your head. Why is that so hard to understand? Hypnosis. The evidence room. Dang it. Dang it. Wow, Two-Face gets his own little locker.
One modified flare gun. One machine gun haphazardly duct taped to a grenade launcher. And one good old-fashioned baseball bat. All used by Dr. Harleen Quinzel, a.k.a. Harley Quinn. Without Joker around, Harley took over the clown's old gang. It was never gonna last.
So says Cash. Firefly's back.
Oh, there you are. Look, it's my stuff. So this is my memorial, huh? Not even a statue. They think they can just file me away, don't they? I've been sent back for a reason, Bruce, and no one's forgetting me this time around.
Afraid of being forgotten, eh? Sorry, but people only remember a guy dressed as a bat. People don't like clowns. Clowns are easily forgettable. They're scary in the moment, but that's it.
People are talking about the different voice actors in this game.
There's a lot of great voice talent in this game.
I hear what the cops say about you behind your back, freak. They don't believe. They think you're gonna lose.
Oh my gosh, is that... Alright, I might be the first time thinking about this, but that guy looks a lot like Denny O'Neil. The famous Batman writer. Looks very similar to him. Of course, he just passed away now, but this was back in 2015. It looks like him. Could be. I've never really asked Rocksteady if certain thugs are modeled after certain people. Or if it's just a coincidence. It might be something to ask them.
Yeah, it's possible. They could have modeled the thugs after different people.
If he had like an old Manny voice, that would have been perfect.
Blackwing says he does look like Denny O'Neil.
I know, right, Blackwing? I don't know why I ever didn't think of that before.
Calling all support teams. I'm in the cauldron. Batman's in pursuit. Send backup now. Wait, hang in there.
Missile launcher.
I think 300 seconds would be 5 minutes.
For what?
The timeouts. 300 seconds would be 5 minutes.
Yeah. That's quite a while, yeah. A lot of timeouts are there?
No, someone was just wondering how many. Because on YouTube it says when you time someone out, it says they're timed out for 300 seconds.
So it's about 3 minutes.
I
5
think
minutes.
it's like 5 minutes.
5 minutes, yeah.
Like people were saying, like, you guys are making me think, like, how to it with math. I think it's 5 minutes.
Math! Why did it have to be math? Whoops.
Are you guys doing Freeze tonight also?
No Freeze tonight. Freeze would be his own thumbnail. Ow. What the? Feels like Deathstroke's probably gonna be his own thumbnail. Excuse me.
I originally thought it was 3 minutes, but
You have to count the seconds, don't you? Wow, he didn't die very well. Boom. Almost did.
Keep following me in this morning and welcome.
Gotcha. Tag, you're it.
The militia just lost one more lieutenant.
He's on our tail! Outrun that thing! Come on, close it! Oh man, it's him! Don't worry, he ain't catching us!
Garrett said that way Freeze can have his own thumbnail. There you go.
Yep. I'm gonna give Freeze his own thumbnail. Everybody's gotten their own thumbnail, more or less. Transformers. Batman in disguise. The Bat Tank is a Transformer.
It's a bat! Turn around! Go, go!
Where is the bomb, yo? I just saw it.
Time to find the militia's network of explosives.
No, no, no. It was right. There we go.
Uploading virus now, sir. Checks inbound, sir. Nothing you cannot manage.
Tank time.
John is willing
Alpha
to.
target spotted. Chinatown.
We are going to be finishing off.
I don't think we're finishing off Penguin tonight. Penguin would be his own thumbnail. Penguin's tomorrow. Tonight is, we did Croc, and we're gonna do the Poison Ivy section. Leading into the Cloudburst.
Drone feed offline. Get back! Alpha target just tapped out of my back. Armor breached.
Meow.
Dragon's been taken out.
Oh,
Dragon offline.
ding.
That will work on me.
I don't need it to work on you.
Enemy flanked. Rattler's been hit.
Bye-bye.
Got him. Diamondback offline.
Hey! I hacked that fair and square. That's not nice. Mean old Jason.
Dragon down.
Oh, I missed. I'm sorry. Will you be my friend?
Direct hit. Yeah.
Thank you.
System breach. Alpha target's controlling a drone.
A drone? How about several drones?
Thank you, Brady Tower.
Thanks, Brady.
Dragon offline.
Ow! Don't tag me.
He finished watching the Animals show.
Oh, wow. That's dedication.
Found it during spring cleaning.
Found it
Just
during
took out a
spring cleaning.
Diamondback.
Ding dong. Thank you. Happy Thanksgiving. Remember to give tanks. Hee hee.
Drones
The
offline.
bomb's payload is exposed. I can use the power winch to trigger a controlled explosion.
Yeah.
Sorry to hear about your dad, Blake. I hope we'll definitely keep him in our thoughts and prayers. I'm sorry about what happened to your dad.
With you inside.
Oh, that's what you think?
His dad passed away and his dad's birthday is tomorrow.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
He wanted you to okay. Luke says hi, Blake.
Hi, Blake. Sorry about your dad. Not much I can really say about that.
Well, I'll definitely be praying for you, Blake.
Alright, so that's done. Oh, wait. No, that's malicious stuff. Wait, there's no more bombs left? No, there's a few bombs. We just have to find him, I guess.
You seen what that thing does to cars?
Yeah, runs him over.
Find out.
Alfred.
Oh, crap, he's coming at
Did you seriously try to take over the bridge? Wow, you're dumb. Okay.
Batman's up against it, fellas. You hear me? We can take him. He's right. The Knight's gonna be our best shot. Between fighting an army of tanks and us, he's got too much on his plate. Who picked these buildings anyway? For a watchtower, we're pretty low down. The commander picked the spots. No way. If the master tactician thinks this is where the guns should be, then fine. How'd the Knight find him anyway? Last I heard he was in jail. As if the government's just gonna let a guy with skills like that rot in prison. I guess he did a few extra legal favors for Uncle Sam. Help remove trouble. Hey, what happened to you?
Medic.
Oh.
How do I shut it off? It stopped. I'm gonna check on this guy. Where? On the north side. Yeah, I'll meet you there.
Hehehe.
I'm sorry to hear that, QW.
What happened to him? It's Batman. He's here. You sure? Yeah, look at him. That's the profile. I don't know. Well, I do. It's him. He's here. Leave him. We need to look out for ourselves. Double up. Cover each other's blind spots and drop some mines. Let's see him creep up on you now. Buddy up. Don't let him get you.
Buddy system? Why the buddy system? Come on, guys. That's not nice.
He's using some kind of smoke grenade. What the hell was that?
Why the buddy system? That's not fun.
Crap, it's busted. I need a new one. Smoke! Use some kind of What's that?
Nothing for you to worry about.
Track him. Batman won't be able to move in this city without us knowing about it. Heard the stories? We need eyes on target now.
Uh-oh.
Luke already talked on Twitter about some stuff about
Target's moving. I need to move.
the different people that were doing the Batman movies and stuff. I don't know if he's gonna talk about it tonight.
I might talk about it a little bit, but
It's kind of, yeah.
it's a little controversial. It's very controversial because right now you only have one actor that's saying stuff, and it's an actor that was heavily affected by it because his role was cut, whereas everybody else, Jason Momoa, still got his movie. Well, no, that's not true. Both Ben Affleck and Ray Fisher didn't have their movies because of Warner Brothers. Uh-oh. Hang on. Whee!
We had several people that whose grandparents passed away recently, so I'm sorry for all of you guys.
Nope, he's starting to hallucinate, people. The Great Taste of Fear. Soda. Super soda. What? Super cola? Soda cooler? Soda cooler. It's happening. He's hallucinating. Hooray! Alright, so now I need to take that out. Alright, so just real quick about what's going on. so far, Ray Fisher is the only member of the Justice League that's speaking out against Josh Whedon. Josh Whedon has a history of being kind of a tool, and he cut Ray Fisher out of Justice League, mostly, as well as Ezra Miller and a lot of cool Batman stuff, and put in some really weird stuff like a Russian family, only used 10% of Zack Snyder's footage, and filmed 80% of his own stuff. Ray Fisher called out two former executives of DC. Jeff Johns, who you guys all know is instrumental with the New 52, DC Rebirth, the cancellation of DC 5G, the Titan show, the Stargirl show, a lot of really good things. He did call out Jeff Johns, but he was very cryptic about what it is. Maybe he'll talk about it more in detail tomorrow. But I really believe it has to do with negligence on Jeff Johns' part, but Jeff Johns didn't heavily go to the reshoots. So pretty much Josh Whedon was left to his own devices, and only that one executive was really on set quite a bit, the other guy, who called out Ray Fisher in turn. So, I mean, it's kind of he said, she said situation. But I do believe Ray to some extent, but I kind of side with Jeff Johns a little bit because Jeff Johns had too many projects to really pay attention to what was going on with Justice League, the reshoots. Because you have to remember, if you do the time period for when Ray Fisher is complaining about stuff, Jeff Johns was heavily involved with Titans production, with Doom Patrol, with convention tours, with writing DC Comics stuff. There's no way that he could babysit the way that Ray wanted him to. It'd be impossible. If Jeff Johns was only working on Justice League alone, then I would say boo on Jeff Johns for allowing a lot of the travesty to happen on Justice League, but it's not humanly possible for him to do everything that Ray Fisher wanted him to do. Like to save his role and all kinds of stuff.
I feel like if he had been there, maybe things had been different, but I feel
that's
like,
what I'm thinking too.
I don't feel like he would have been fine with what happened. But I mean,
well, you have to remember that Jeff Johns didn't like Zack Snyder, because Zack Snyder kind of steamrolled a lot of DC's plans. So, difficult. Like I said before, it's two kids playing in a sandbox, both building a sandcastle. You've got Jeff Johns and Zack Snyder. Both can make amazing sandcastles, but neither one of them can work together to make the sandcastle great. If they both continue to work on the sandcastle, it's going to turn out terrible, and that's exactly what happened. There were feelings hurt on both sides. There's two sides to every story. I think WB and Zack Snyder handled everything terribly, and I believe everybody should have waited until Flashpoint to kind of fix their mistakes, but they've just been kind of putzing around. And it's going to take Michael Keaton to fix everything.
Yeah.
More or less.
And you guys, please, like, you know, like, most people here are Batman fans and DC fans. Like, I know, like, other people like other superheroes too, but let's not try to start a lot of arguments with people about who would win, you know, this Marvel character versus this DC character. That's kind of what's been going on in the chat. So please, you guys, people want to defend the characters they like, so it's really not fair to keep trying to kind of bait people into an argument. I understand you're allowed to have your opinion, but if you continue to keep asking people who would win and then continuing to argue with them, it's not fair, because people just want to enjoy the chat. They want to stand up for the character they love, but it's not fair that you keep baiting them, so please don't do that. It's, you know, it's nice if you love Marvel or whatever, but this, you know, there are a lot of DC fans here, and that's okay. It's okay to like the characters you like, so, yeah.
Yep. There was also a couple other projects I forgot to bring up because this is important as well. Jeff Johns, even though he was an executive DC Comics and DC Films, he was not allowed to make the movie he really wanted to, which was The Batman. If you guys didn't know this, Ben Affleck and Jeff Johns are really good friends, along with Jason Momoa. And even Warner Brothers said no to a Jeff Johns Batman movie script, like the executive, the big guy who basically caused headaches for both Zack and Jeff Johns and a lot of other people. He was a executive who stepped down, I think he was Japanese, Kevin something. And he was the head of DC Films before Jeff Johns got in there. And by the time Jeff Johns got in there, he inherited a huge mess. Plus, he was also doing a lot of stuff for Aquaman, making sure that the costume was accurate. James Wan loved working with Jeff Johns. The Titans crew has had nothing but good things to say about him. The only person to come out saying anything negative about Jeff Johns kind of is Ray Fisher. So until Gal Gadot, Ben Affleck, Jason Momoa, Ezra Miller, Henry Cavill, JJ, and all these other people come out and say, yeah, Jeff Johns is a monster, I want to believe everything Ray's saying, but a lot of it, he has some agenda behind it because he's pretty upset that his role was diminished.
I feel like...
And I can relate to that. I can understand that.
I feel like his part got... I don't know if his part got cut more than anyone else's.
His part did get more gutted than anybody else's. You know it did. You know it did.
Because the amount of footage that was taken for Cyborg could have been an entire movie or even 2 movies, and he didn't. It was completely cut. And it must be completely frustrating to watch himself on screen, only a few tiny scenes that look terrible, and he filmed all this other stuff and fleshing out the character of Cyborg. So, I mean, if I were him, I would be frustrated and I would be blaming people. Like, you should have done something. You should have stopped him from
Right, so he might be saying negligence on Jeff Johns' part, but Jeff Johns couldn't do everything. There were more than one executive that Ray Fisher could be calling out. He's calling out one of the most popular ones because he thinks that Jeff had a much bigger role than he did. He was one of the TV executives, and also he was doing everything.
The problem is Jeff Johns is working on everything at once, so he can't be fully...
That's the problem I have with Johns, is like I don't know, I guess he's kind of like
that's good.
the Kevin Feige of DC, but he does too many things.
He has a little bit of influence in everything, so he can't be completely there.
No, he wasn't there for the reshoots. Like, from what I heard, he was there for the Justice League first thing, like with Snyder.
No, been there, done that.
And then the other guy, John Berg, was around quite a bit, who exchanged words with Ray Fisher about the Booyah thing.
But like you said, like, Jeff Johns made sure they got the Aquaman outfit right.
And he put in Black Manta in the movie. Yep.
He made sure Black Manta was in the movie. He made sure that other movies that you saw had the things that they needed in.
He was producer on Wonder Woman.
So there, we got a great Wonder Woman movie, partly due to Jeff Johns.
Patty Jenkins likes working with him.
He probably figured, if I was Jeff Johns, I would probably figure there's no way that these Warner Brothers executives can mess this up. You know, you have Ben Affleck and all the characters here. You know, they can't possibly mess up the Justice League movie, so I'll just let that slide. And
He has said that in the past. He was like, See, the thing with Jeff Johns is he doesn't talk a lot about controversial things. He is very mad about the Batman stuff because he still says, along with Kevin Smith, Ben Affleck's Batman script was one of the best ever written, and it would have been an amazing film against Deathstroke. It would have been a very Arkham vibe. It would have been impressive. It would have given more film credits to Jeff Johns. And Warner Brothers said no. And no matter how many times he and Ben revised it, WB just wouldn't do it. And eventually, based on all the other stuff that was going on in Jeff Johns' life at the time with his career, he left DC Films, like in 2018. And he was quickly replaced with, I believe, Jim Lee is now doing Jeff Johns' original job. And Jeff Johns went back to writing DC Comics like The Three Jokers and that other miniseries thing that came out.
Yeah.
And he also prevented Bendis from going crazy with the DC 5G. So he's been very, very busy.
It kind of reminds me of when I was in my culinary school and, like, my chefs or whatever would make me work with extremely toxic people, and I would try to explain to them that they were being toxic and I couldn't get anything done, but they were just like, well, I don't see anything happening right now, so everything should be fine. So that's kind of how I feel like it happened. Like, you know, maybe Ray Fisher and other people were like, hey, Jeff, like, this is literally happening. And he's like, well, I don't have any proof of it, so there's no way I can do anything unless I see it happening in front of me.
There's an easy fix to this, though. Like, if the Snyder Cut is really going to be a miniseries instead of a 4-hour movie, as one of the main episodes, make it entirely about Cyborg. That'll make Ray Fisher very happy. Have a little bit of the Wonder Bat stuff that was going to be in it with Gal Gadot looking for Cyborg, but make the entire episode centered around Cyborg's origin, and you've got a pretty awesome thing. It's supposed to be episodic anyway, because they're going to introduce Martian Manhunter. You got the Ryan Reynolds Green Lantern cameo, supposedly, and you've got all this other stuff. There's no way that they can turn this into a 4-hour movie that people are actually going to watch to that extent. They need to divide it up into a miniseries, and they really, in order to do justice to what happened to Ray, I would give him his own, like, starring miniseries, because he has enough footage to center it around Cyborg's story, and that's what the audience was robbed. So that's what I would do if I was an executive. And furthermore, they need to announce that Ray Fisher is going to be in the Flash movie. As far as I know, he's still not on board with that yet. Like, they need to tie up that little cameo line that Ezra Miller had in the Arrowverse, where he said he and Cyborg are, like, somehow traveling the multiverse. They need to connect those dots, so Ray Fisher has to come back to do that Cyborg. And DC needs to do that. Even if Ben isn't going to come back, like, outside of the HBO universe or whatever, you should still let Ray be a part of the DC cinematic universe. That's my 2 cents on it. People can agree with me, they can disagree with me, but Cyborg is a very important character, and, you know, Ray Fisher needs to understand that he's the first person to play the character. It's just like what Batman actors have had to learn. When people see you, you're not Ben Affleck playing Batman. You become Batman. Whether Ray Fisher believes it or not, because he's a stage actor, he's not just playing a comic book character. He is Cyborg. So there's a lot of responsibility that comes to that role. And Cyborg has a catchphrase. It's Booyah.
So he really didn't want to say Booyah then?
That's the rumor. I mean,
how I feel about it is like, he should say it because he's not supposed to play. When you're playing a comic book character, you can't play it any way that you want. You need to make it comic book accurate.
To some extent,
so that
yeah.
you are playing it the way the character.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can take some free liberties, but I think it's really important, like, to say some of the characters' catchphrases for fan service.
The
Really,
militia just
I
lost
think,
another
didn't even
lieutenant.
Aquaman say outrageous at one point, or no? Oh, never mind then.
Jeff Johns tried to get Weed into...
That would have been awesome. Never mind then.
I think he says outrageous in the Justin Wan movie, but I don't remember.
Oh, okay.
I mean, at least we got the comic accurate costume, because they weren't going to do that. They were going to go with, like, Momoa was going to wear the Snyder costume that you saw. I don't hate the Snyder costume, but I like the Aquaman costume better. Does that make sense?
Blackwing is saying, I guess, that Ray is actually not the first person to play Cyborg, because we had one in Smallville, technically.
We did have somebody in Smallville. Thank you, Blackwing. And also we have the guy on Doom Patrol, but in a sense, he is the first film Cyborg. And not many... I didn't even remember that guy from Smallville was Cyborg. I completely forgot. I feel terrible now. I keep diminishing Smallville's role.
I never watched Smallville, so I don't know.
I watched it once in a while. I was just waiting for him to put on the suit.
I feel like it's an Elseworld show, so I didn't really watch it.
Uh-oh.
I don't really see it as a comic book, like, canon or anything like that.
Well, I mean, Tom Welling wouldn't wear the suit. And that kind of, like, disconnected some people. I mean...
Tom Welling, the guy who played Superman?
Yeah, the guy who played Clark Kent.
Why would he not wear a suit?
He didn't want to wear the suit.
Well, there's the reason I'm not watching it then.
Yeah, but also, you have to remember that was a big thing in the 2000s, because Hugh Jackman refused to wear the Wolverine costume. He wouldn't do it. None of the X-Men actors, the first ones, wore the accurate suits. They refused to do it. They thought the spandex looked stupid.
It doesn't look stupid. It looks cool. You look
Right.
like a superhero.
You want to know something interesting? Kevin Feige, one of his first like roles in a movie was the Bryan Singer X-Men movie. So he got his feet wet working with Hugh Jackman and all those other people on the X-Men. So it's very important for him to bring X-Men to the MCU because then his career comes full circle because he did the X-Men stuff.
You have a question about
Sure.
Ben Affleck of Batman.
Sure.
His Batman kills people?
Yes.
Actually holding his own against his
He does?
Yes.
Thought he'd be dead
Okay.
The
some
reason...
people said they are not sure what to feel about that.
Well, there's a reason behind of it. Okay. So you guys remember when I did that one rant stream or like video where it was leaked that the tombstone of Richard Grayson was discovered on set and WB did all this damage control and Zack Snyder was saying one thing and Warner Brothers was saying we don't know the identity of the dead Robin, whereas Zack Snyder was like, oh yeah, we know who's the dead Robin. Just like Jimmy Olsen, and Warner Brothers be like, no. So, Zack Snyder and David Ayers and the Snyder Cut people, or the Snyderverse, whatever you want to call them, the people involved, they said that the reason why Batman is able to kill without conscience and repercussions for his actions is because his son is dead. His real son was killed by the Joker, Dick Grayson. Because of this, even Ben Affleck has mentioned that the safeties are off. Batman is not the same person that you know because his most important person in his life, his son, was killed because of his crusade on crime. And that seriously messes him up. And that's why he kills people. And this was going to be further explored in the Deathstroke movie, where there was going to be the Batman versus Deathstroke movie. Technically Deathstroke was going to be in it. I don't know if it was going to be called Batman versus Deathstroke or the Batman or whatever. The Dead Robin was going to be explored some more. Joss Whedon was told to cut out stuff where Bruce and Diana are talking about Dick Grayson by name in Justice League. And the reason why Jeff Johns had Joss Whedon do that is he feared a major internet backlash from Nightwing and Robin fans because not long before that, at a Comic-Con when they announced Justice League and all this other stuff, they showed their DC slate of movies that included Nightwing. And this was before Chris McKay was on board. Like, years before Chris McKay said, I'm going to direct it. Warner Brothers already decided, we're making a Nightwing movie, we're making a Batgirl movie, we're doing a Cyborg movie. It doesn't matter if we don't have directors yet, we're doing it. So, that caused a lot of problems later on for other people. And I've tried to explain this to people. Has it ever officially come out that Zack Snyder was responsible for derailing the Nightwing project? No. Is he ever going to admit to it? No. But you have to admit the coincidence that Chris McKay, not long after there was a lot of media attention when Zack Snyder, after being fired, and when they were talking about the Nightwing movie in circulation, like in trades and stuff like that, Chris McKay stopped talking positively about the Nightwing movie when he found out that Dick Grayson was dead in the cinematic universe. Because that kind of made things iffy. A fan questioned him at one of the conventions that he was doing for the Lego movie about what is he going to do with Nightwing because of what Snyder said about Robin. And Chris McKay said, no comment. That was one of the last times that he ever talked about the Nightwing movie. It has been shelved now for close to 3 years. Whenever people ask me, what's going on with the Nightwing movie? Why isn't the Nightwing movie being made? What's DC's plan? What's Warner Brothers' plan? I have no idea. I don't even know if Chris McKay is still attached to it anymore because if I was the person writing the Nightwing movie and I'm supposed to work in the shared universe supposedly that Snyder was making and my star is dead, how am I supposed to do this? Is Warner Brothers going to approve like a alternate Earth movie? Do we have a multiverse yet? This is before the Joker movie kind of like trailed that path and changed things. So I don't know about you, but as a director and a producer, I would be pretty angry at Zack Snyder. I would be furious.
I would be angry too because then the movie you're writing, you'd have to change everything. You'd have to
throw it all out.
You'd have to
done.
Make an Elseworld story. Like you'd be like,
all gone.
This is Dick Grayson, but Earth 2, when you were originally writing it for Earth 1. You had a super chat that asked about...
So yeah, I'm very angry at Zack Snyder still. I don't like the guy. I don't like that he has the same respect of legacy characters as Dan Dido did. I do not like Zack Snyder. I can respect his vision, but I think he's a hack. Personally. I think that he stamped his little feet. He wouldn't play ball with Warner Brothers, and after that tragedy, Jeff Johns and people found a way to fire him, and personally, I believe he deserved to be fired. To some extent. All he had to do was just say that Jason Todd was the dead Robin, and he refused to do it! No matter how many times they approached him, even at his conventions, he had this snide little expression on his face. My dead Robin is Dick Grayson. Deal with it. It's just like, I just want to punch him! You know?
They could have just edited that part out later or something. They could have just changed that.
I don't like the guy. He's just so set in his ways.
Blackwing was saying another thing is that he felt the problem was announcing all the other films, said they were developing them, and then left all the fans hanging.
Exactly, Blackwing. Blackwing gets it. But I mean, I don't like talking about Zack Snyder because I want to see the Snyder Cut so bad, but there are elements of the movie that I hate. There are elements that are coming back in the movie that I cannot stand as a Nightwing fan. There are things that I don't like.
Jeez, he's coming after us. For it. Come on, get us out of here.
Yeah, Julie, thank you for the super chat. Luke has a lot of different sources on, information he gets on WB stuff. But you're asking about what is our source for the Aquaman costume and Jeff Johns' work on the Aquaman costume?
It's
common knowledge that
it's common knowledge.
Working on it.
It's common knowledge. Jeff Johns talked about it at a convention.
Yeah, I mean,
like,
he's been talking about it in tons of interviews and stuff.
Like, a lot of these people don't do interviews. You have to go to the cons, and you have to watch the panels. Panels are 2 to 3 hours long, but there's a lot of stuff that happens in it. Robin's death, before the internet found out about it, Zack Snyder talked about it at a convention shortly after he was fired from Justice League. He didn't care. He was like, I did the same treatment to Jimmy Olsen that I did to Dick Grayson. And people were just like, whoa, 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 whoa. And he's like, what? And he's like, next question. So he answers things no nonchalant. I hate that about him. I love the fact that he has a vision, and I will respect that, and I cannot wait for when Keaton shows up and wipes the board with the Snyderverse. Because I don't like elements of it. I just don't.
You know what I would have done if I was Warner Brothers or whatever? I would have just been like, okay, that's fine, Zach, and just let him finish the entire movie, and then just tweaked one thing about it, and just re-edited that part, and made it Jason Todd. And just
they tried to.
Without his permission.
They tried to, but here's the thing. David Ayer was in on it, that Jeff Johns and Warner Brothers had to take a snippet out of Suicide Squad where they said Dick Grayson was the dead Robin. They were still trying to push that, and David Ayer defended it. So I don't like Ayer either.
Who's David Ayer?
The guy who did Suicide Squad.
He tried to make a...
Nightwing fans do not like Zack Snyder or Ayer.
So they were in a coalition to kill Nightwing?
Okay, here's the thing. Zack Snyder and Ayer and a lot of the other people working on movies, they had a plan. They had a full chart, a beginning, a middle, and the end. At the end of the chart, Batman dies. I'm serious. At the end of Snyder's vision, Batman dies. Jonathan is named Jonathan Bruce Kent as a tribute to Batman. I'm not done.
Okay.
Robin was supposed to become Carrie Kelly in either a Batman movie or some type of... I don't think it was a Justice League movie. It was something. So you'd have Carrie Kelly around as a Robin character. And then they were going to do some more stuff with, Justice League Dark or Superman or whatever. But Ben Affleck was going to be out of the picture because he signed up for a beginning, a middle, and an end. His movies would take place in a past narrative where they would explore the dead Robin. And they weren't going to bring Jason back. They were going to have a new sidekick, Carrie Kelly. And when fans found out about it at conventions and stuff like that, at Snyder's little cons, you know, some people walked away like, wow, that's brilliant. And other people were like, hack, hack. You know, I'm one of those people screaming, hack, because I don't agree with it. I don't respect it. I never will. So, for my own health, I don't talk about the Robin thing anymore because it just... All he had to do was make a Jason. Did you know when they were doing the WB tours of the suit that was on display, the tour people were told to tell people that was Jason Todd's costume. They had to tell...
Wow.
Warner Brothers made people say that. And they did everything they could to prevent Zack and Ayer from saying that Dick Grayson was the dead Robin because they had a plan for their shared universe. They wanted to make a Batgirl movie. They wanted to make a Nightwing movie. And they wanted to bring in Red Hood. And you can't bring in Red Hood when you kill Dick Grayson because when you kill Dick Grayson, there's no Jason Todd. With no Jason Todd, there's no Tim Drake. There's no Damian. There's no Barbara. There's no anybody.
Wait, if he works for WB, how could he write his own script? How would they approve the script? They should have, like, X'd out the parts in the script they didn't like and be like, rewrite it until it was approved.
I don't know what they were doing.
Like, they should have continued to make everything, single thing in the script, like, keep coming into meetings and just keep crossing it out and being like, okay, your script is fine, but we're crossing out the name Nightwing and we're writing in Jason Todd, so this is your script. This is the approved script. If you go off script, you won't get paid.
Look.
How would you pay somebody to do something contrary to what you asked them to do? It just doesn't make any sense.
That's not the only problem I have. How DC and DC, Warner Brothers, and Zack were on a completely different page. Do you guys remember when they announced Justice League movie, they introduced their brand new logo, which showed Nightwing and Tim Drake and Batgirl in the logo to talk about their DC shared cinematic universe? And yet Snyder had the audacity to kill Dick Grayson? I mean, come on. That's just salt in the wound.
How? Wait, but... Okay, I don't really know that much about Zack Snyder and everything like that, but, like, Zack Snyder is just really, like...
Zack
really
Snyder...
well respected, so that's why everyone just let him write whatever he wanted.
They didn't want him to... That's not what he was brought on to do, though. He was brought on to make a Batman vs. Superman movie, and he was supposed to work inside of a shared universe, because that's what they wanted to do. They did not want him to make a Lord of the Rings movie. They butted heads on him so many times, because that's not what their vision was.
See, maybe I'm just not as, like, talented a writer as Zack. Obviously I'm not, but...
I think Zack's very talented, but I think he's very stubborn.
If I got a good job at Warner Brothers, I would just be thankful for the job, and I'd be like, okay, this was my vision, but if this is what you guys say is my job, I have no choice but to change it. Like, even when I was going to school for graphic design and stuff, they said, you know, you can, you know, the customer is always right. You can say you want the background. You can tell the customer the background should be blue 14 times, and they'll say, no, I want it green. You have to change it green because they're paying you. That's what my thing. When you're getting paid by somebody, you should be changing your... Even if you have a different artistic vision, you should really change it. You're supposed to change it for the person that's paying you. Like, you can't just do your own thing, like, if it's a job.
To some extent, you're allowed to do your own thing, but the fact that he and Ayer both knew what was going on...
Yeah, I feel like...
And they lied to people because Ayer actually, he did two different things. At a convention, he confirmed it, and during his press tour, he was like, oh yeah, the dead Robin's Jason Todd. So he was doing what Warner Brothers said, you know, because Warner Brothers really wanted to get us a Nightwing movie before 2020.
Yeah, I don't know, Luke. I mean, well, maybe we'll get a Nightwing movie now with the Keaton thing.
We're not going to get a Nightwing movie until like 2025, 2024. I'm going to be super old.
Maybe you can hop to Earth 2 and they'll have a Nightwing movie there.
Nah, I'm to the point where I want the Snyder Cut to be over. I want him to be able to tell a story, and then I want him gone. Because, I mean, and for the future, DC, Warner Brothers, and whatever directors they bring on board, they need to have a plan. They need to have it charted out for the next 10 years. Not like movie by movie.
Yeah, I know, but it's not just a plan. They have to have it written in their contract. It has to say, like, they have to agree to it legally. Like, they can't stray from it if they're being hired to do it. Like, it has, the way Disney makes people do what their will, or whatever Disney does to get people to do what they want. You know, Warner Brothers has to be, you know, you and I have worked for YouTube networks that are crazy. There's no, YouTube networks, your friend works for a YouTube network. I won't say who it is. But they make him go to they force him to go to a convention every month. And sign, like, autographs all over the United States and be nice to, you know, people, and he has no choice but to do it. It's in his contract. I'm just saying that if they made sure legally it was in the contract, you know, they could put it legally in the contract, like, literally in the contract, right? You know, if Zack Snyder or whoever writes the next movie, write it in the contract. Say, you know, you're contracted to write a movie, you know, based on this, and in this movie, you're legally obligated to make sure that these characters live and that they're represented well, you know, from the comics. I mean, I would write it legally in the contract.
I don't understand. Like, I'm sure he knew, because of how popular Red Hood and Nightwing were and all these characters, you can't just put anybody in those costumes. It needs to be Grayson. It needs to be Jason Todd, because those characters bring a lot of weight. And also, they've been something that fans have been asking for 20 years. Just to do that, because you don't like Robin because you grew up with the 60s show, I don't like directors like that, because it sets a precedent that continues on and on and on. How do we know that Matt Reeves isn't going to pull a similar thing? Robin is supposed to be in his movies, but how do we know he's not going to treat the character the same way Snyder did? Like, it's just like someone that's just a toss-away character. Chris McKay is a very, very talented director, had a very cool script, and then basically just had to take it and crumple it up and then toss it away.
You know, what you could probably do is, I mean, if we all, like, people, I mean, I'm just thinking, like, if fans really wanted something to happen, we could all write letters to WB.
They don't care. They don't care.
Really? Because that's how Xenoblade got on.
No, it doesn't. Look, video game campaigns don't work as well as in film stuff. Film studios have their thing that they're going to do. So yeah, I get very passionate and angry about certain things about Zack Snyder, because I'm not one of those Snyder cult people that worships the ground he walks on and thinks that everything he did in the shared universe was great. I think what he did with Batman was very interesting. It could have been very cool, but all he had to do was just make it Jason. That's all he had to do, and there would have been no issues. None. My main argument with him is the Dick Grayson thing.
Basically what you're saying is the whole, like, it would have been better if the Snyder Cut had been released, but the person whose fault it is not WB. What you're saying is,
I think Snyder's partially responsible.
Whose fault it really is that it didn't come out was basically Snyder, because he was so stubborn. It's possible. Well, I mean, he also lost his daughter, so...
Yeah, that's a tragedy. I feel bad about that, but I don't know. It just feels like...
We'll never know. Like...
Oh, we're gonna know, because a lot of the stuff, I'm telling you right now, that Dick Grayson is being brought back into the movie in name. That scene with Diana and Bruce is back in the Snyder Cut. She asks him about the costume.
Oh, so you think he's gonna kill off Nightwing in the Snyder, like, series that they're gonna do with that?
He's already dead. He's already dead. He's been dead. They're gonna confirm it.
Yeah.
They're going to say it.
It's okay.
It's not okay.
It's just an alternate reality of Snyder's reality.
It's gonna become an alternate reality, but before it was gonna be the main canon. That's the issue I have.
Well, then WB prevented that then.
Not really.
Well, I mean, it's just gonna be a not Netflix series, but whatever series.
Well, Snyder has a big announcement on July 25th, so I'm pretty sure that AT&T is offering him, like, a lot more to do at HBO Max, which is fine. I mean, I don't care.
I had a Nightwing movie too, but at least we'll get to see.
I didn't just want a Nightwing movie. I don't think you understand. I wanted the Red Hood thing. I wanted the Batgirl. I wanted the Bat family because there were directors that understood the characters for once. Do you know how long I've had to wait for a decent Robin or Nightwing picture?
So
Joel Schumacher screwed it up.
So what you're
Nolan he completely ignored and then made a joke with Robin by making Robin the character in The Dark Knight Rises.
So what you're saying is that Nightwing working with Batman was actually the first person to work with Batman. He was the first Robin.
Mm-hmm.
So he starts out the Bat family. Without
Robin, there is no Bat family.
What you're saying is without Dick Grayson, you don't even have a way to lead into the rest of the Bat family.
You do not.
Even friends of the family like Luke, Batwing, and everybody like that. So.
If you guys think I'm super passionate about DC characters, you should see Jeff Johns get riled up. Jeff Johns is super passionate about the DC characters he writes.
What you're saying is, like, once you would introduce, like, Nightwing, then you could introduce, like, everybody else that goes off of Nightwing. Stephanie Brown, Tim Drake.
This is what Dan Dido did not understand either. The legacy characters open the door to a lot of possibilities. Without the legacy characters, you stagnate yourself to just limited uses of just the main characters. Batman, Flash, Wonder Woman, Superman. That's it.
Well, I really think, like, the fact that people don't know how Batman could relate to Robin, it's actually dealt really well within the animated series.
People don't use cartoons for reference.
If you actually watch the animated series, Batman is completely alone. He doesn't want a family, and then there's this kid that needs his help. He brings him in for a little bit. He's about to give him up for adoption, you know, like, he's like, oh, then you can just take him back to the orphanage, and then Bruce is like, no, you know, I don't want him to go to the orphanage. I want to adopt him. I want him to be part of my family. And he even sees, like, little Dick Grayson in his huge mansion, and he's like sad and alone. He's like, I'm so sorry, you know, I left you here all alone. And he can relate to Dick Grayson because Dick Grayson is also an orphan. That's what makes it work. Because Batman normally can't relate to anybody. He cannot relate to anyone in the whole world because his pain is like so great. He can't understand anything. And then this little kid that literally loses his parents right in front of him, the only person in the world he can basically relate to, you know?
I will say this again. Without Dick Grayson, there is no Bat family. And that is what Warner Brothers' main argument was, because they wanted the Bat family.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
You can't do it. You can't do it without that one element. And Snyder knew that.
But they should use, like, animated cartoons and stuff for a reference, because that's, you know, animated cartoons are based off the comics, so...
I don't like smug people, and I don't like when they just laugh it off nonchalant. It really ticks me off. So, I mean, whenever I watch those Snyder Cut panels, I just start to lose it sometimes.
He's not the first person to...
Oh, Joel Schumacher had a lot of interesting things to say about Batman and Robin.
But I mean,
don't get me started.
Other people have ruined other comic book characters and laughed at the fans, too. I mean, look at Captain Marvel. They laughed at the fans, they called the fans losers and stuff.
The Snyderverse is not for comic book fans. The Snyderverse is for people that like cinematic movies. And, you know, Zack Snyder is a very cinematic director. But he is not... I refuse to believe he's a comic book fan. I think he's a Frank Miller fan. And Frank Miller is kind of messed up. But I refuse to acknowledge Zack as a person that knows anything about comics.
Thank you for the super chat, Vanessa. Says, I love your guys' channel. Sorry I can't donate more, but I love watching this channel and the Let's Play channel during quarantine. I've been rewatching all the Batman Arkham series that you've done, so thank you so much. Thank you so much for the kind words, Vanessa. Much appreciated. Thank you, Vanessa. But yeah, people are saying like things like, I really wanted a Red Hood movie.
Mm-hmm.
The chat is saying like, you know,
Everyone wanted a Red Hood movie.
yeah.
It was supposed to be like the Batman movies, according to Jeff Johns, that, you know, before, you know, the whole Robin controversy behind the scenes, the Batman trilogy was going to introduce Red Hood. It was going to introduce Nightwing. It was going to have Batgirl. It was going to lead to other characters that have appeared in other things, like Black Mask was supposed to be in one of the Batman movies. He ended up in the Birds of Prey.
Yeah, and the problem with not starting the continuity like out, like you can't, like you would start from Batman and then work your way from Dick Grayson to all these other characters. The problem with just adding Black Mask and other people into sporadically into random, you know, movies is, number one, there's just no continuity. Like, people are just making the characters however they want, and they don't necessarily all relate in the same universe. They don't all make sense.
Well, the thing is, they made, whoever edited the BVS movie, made it possible that Snyder could have changed. He could have changed course, or not even changed course. He just had to say, Jason. That's all he had to do, and everything would have been fine.
What I would have done if I was Warner Brothers is I would have just let him do the whole movie, and then I would have just hired another person, a voice imitator or something, just dub over their lines or something.
Nah, yeah, just
That's
dub
what I
over their
would've done.
lines.
Just dub it. Who cares? Who cares? He's the one who is... What is worse? Dubbing the lines and making it look ridiculous by dubbing
That would have been hilarious.
Or...
They should have done that.
Or ruining the entire universe by destroying the movie and making the movie terrible by splicing it up. I think that dubbing a few lines would have been better.
I agree.
Also, you could have made it like, you could have put like a fade effect over their faces so you couldn't see it very well. You could do stuff. You can do stuff in Photoshop to make things fuzzy. I'm sure you can do stuff in video editing so you can't really see their faces very well. Blur it out a little so they're in the haze in the background. You can't see the dubbing very well.
Church. Riddler won't give up, Alfred.
I would have just dubbed it. From now on, that's what WB should do. If their writers can't get it together, they should just dub over them.
That would have been interesting.
Just hire a really good voice actor that can mimic the voices of the actors. Redo just the lines. Instead of him going, you know, it's so sad that Dick Grayson died, just have it be like, it is so sad that Jason Todd died. Just dub it. Just delete it.
What I was trying to say, though, is they actually made a way to salvage BVS with that part, because after Riddler, I'll tell you.
Living, detective, and I've been wondering why I let you aggravate me so. You're a cheat and a liar. A dressed-up strongman playing with expensive toys. World's greatest detective. Ha! And everyone from Gotham to Star City believes it. I cannot abide a fraud detective, a dilettante masquerading amongst his intellectual betters, stealing every last scrap of appreciation, dignity, and respect.
Okay, so Riddler's done. So, if you guys remember in BVS, there's a part of the movie where it says, 20 years in Gotham, how many, like, people are still good, how many people are still around. They put an Easter egg in the movie where you could think that the Bat family exists, but then when they do the whole Dead Robin thing and he was supposed to say Grayson's name, that kills the Bat family. According to a lot of things I've heard, Barbara Gordon was also dead in this universe already. So Batman's allies, the Bat family is already dead, which gives Batman the ability to go and kill people because he has no sidekicks. That's not how you create a shared universe.
Welcome, detective, to the drain I'm going to figuratively and quite possibly literally flush you down. The goal of this aquatic examination could not be simpler, detective. Lower the water like so.
Lower the water? Oh.
Before that, however, it's time for a riddle. Riddle me this, detective. What do bats do when they're at home?
They hang.
Well done, Detective. I think you're getting the hang of it.
Okay.
Somebody
now?
is saying you could just cut always to hide something. You could cut out to hide it, or you could add an additional shot of the Robin suit, a different Robin suit, and have it say never again, and have like a part of the movie that you cut to saying I will not let Jason Todd's death define my legacy. Yeah, exactly, Cole. You could,
There was a lot of things they could have
you
did, but
fade
they
out to a different shot. I mean, they already spliced the movie so much. I would have rather seen them complete the whole movie and then just splice the few things that made it Nightwing, and just completely. I mean, people do that all the time. Like in look at interviews, like on news interviews. I don't know if you guys know this, but sometimes like news interviews, like they'll literally take your words and use them against you. Like when
Look at you, Detective. Hanging there in that hideous machine like a particularly ugly chandelier.
Like, news channels do that all the time. They're notorious for that. They splice out things that people say, and they turn the story against them when they do a news interview. But news stations are evil, but I'm just saying you could do that.
I know you guys like when I rant, but, like, I get pretty angry about that stuff. There are other things about Snyder's thing that I think are fantastic. I still think the warehouse scene is one of the best cinematic Batman fights of all time. And I like some of the direction that Snyder went, but I hate the fact that he was just so set in his ways that he wouldn't budge. And I don't like directors like that. They bug me. Because he's not a team player. He's a prima donna. I don't like prima donnas. I like team players.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, martial arts fighter agreed. But I think he was saying that Snyder's the same guy who wanted Batman have something really graphic happen to him in prison. But somehow.
I wanted you to destroy the robots. I did. It's all part
Yeah, the branding was all Zack's
yeah,
idea.
it's really messed up.
So there.
But the branding came from Frank Miller's stuff too. So that's how Zack Snyder interpreted that stuff.
Don't think I haven't been tempted by a cheap trick and a quick death, Detective. But no, I will beat you fairly. I will let you test yourself against me and laugh.
I
as
still
you
think
fall
that Ray
short.
deserves his own little mini-series because that Cyborg stuff needs to be shown. That's amazing stuff. And I think the fans will really like it. So I'm pretty sure Zack's going to include that stuff, but I still, the Robin thing is a very sore subject with me. Even fans of Jimmy Olsen don't like him.
I'm afraid you're running several minutes behind my projections.
I don't think this is right.
I mean, I would have been like, if I was one of the executives, I would have been
This
like,
is why my projections were off. I failed to consider both your incompetence and your stupidity as two distinct variables. Apologies, Detective. I will recalculate post haste.
I think I did something wrong. Yeah,
I mean,
this is wrong.
Zack went behind them and went behind their backs and tried to trick them, so I would just trick him back. That's what I would do.
That would have made sense. But, I mean, it makes sense in my mind that Jeff Johns would be kind of sneaky with doing some of the stuff he did because he's always been a savior for Nightwing. Like, he saved him from Dan Dido. He saved him numerous times that maybe it just became, a habit. I don't know.
Yeah.
I died.
I don't think you'll be solving this one.
Somebody said, I kind of forgot the Riddler's backstory.
The Riddler's backstory, there's a couple different versions of it. One, he's a disgruntled Wayne employee. Another, he works for... I like the modern one they did in the animated series, where he was a computer programmer who designed the Riddle the Minotaur game, and some rich guy stole his idea and made a lot of money on it and then tried to cut Riddler out of the deal. And this caused Riddler to go... I'd say insane. became a disgruntled employee and tried to wipe out the dude who did him wrong. So I liked how Paul Dini did that. I thought that was really clever and very exciting. Wait, what way am I supposed to go now? It goes reserved that way?
Well, anyway, I don't...
If this was 2, then where do I need to go next?
It was... I didn't like... If they had just not dangled it in front of the fans and told us all these movies were going to happen, I think we wouldn't be as let down.
Yeah, I think if they hadn't done that in like 2015 or 2014 where they showed like, we're going to make a Nightwing movie, we're going to do a Batgirl movie, we're going to make a Batman trilogy where Red Hood shows up, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And then I don't think people would have gotten as invested into it. And maybe, you know, the Zack Snyder stuff wouldn't have been as bad. But the fact that all these things were supposed to happen, and then Chris McKay came on board, we got a Nightwing director, and all this other stuff, and now the Nightwing movie is just kind of shelved, and they're bringing the Batgirl movie back first with Michael Keaton. As a Nightwing fan, it just kind of sucks right now because, yeah, he might show up in Matt Reeves' movie, but he also might be underused in Matt Reeves' movie. So you could go back to the whole Batman Forever thing, when before you actually had a very talented Nightwing fan that was going to make a movie, and then pretty much he can't make his movie. Well, maybe he could. He should dig that script out and wait until after Flashpoint and demand that Warner Brothers resurrect Dick Grayson or Barbara or whoever, because that's the joy of Flashpoint, is you can bring people back from the dead because it's a new timeline. And Zack has no say in it because Zack is probably just going to be on HBO's service. He's not even going to be back in theaters. So, I mean, you can't really...
I just have an obscure question about it, but I'll wait till you're done.
Hey, guys, I'm stuck. I forgot what I'm supposed to do here.
So, I have a question. How does Luke Fox relate to everybody else? Like, is he Nightwing's friend, or...
Luke Fox?
Yeah.
Luke Fox is Lucius's son.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I'm sorry. I
Yes, he's a friend of Dick Grayson's.
So he would be eventually in the universe too with...
If they introduced him, but Lucius Fox isn't alive in Snyder's universe. He's among the dead.
He killed Lucius?
Killed Lucius, he killed Barbara, he killed Dick Grayson, he killed Harvey Bullock, he killed Renee Montoya came back.
Wait, how did he kill all the main characters?
Bruce even says, it's been 20 years in Gotham, how many people are good, how many people are still left?
So, Zack Snyder is Thanos then.
Yeah,
he
pretty much.
Killed half of everybody.
Yeah, he killed basically half of Batman's characters. Yep. Which were going to be explored. See, how they planned on doing it is Ben Affleck's movie were going to take place in a past narrative. So, if a character was mothballed by Zack, could just rewind time and have one of Ben Affleck's movies take place like 15 years ago or 10 years before. And then you can bring back all these characters to make movies of and show how they died. But I don't think fans would have appreciated that. I wouldn't have. It'd be like, oh, great. So all these characters that were mothballed, we're just going to rewind time a little bit and show Batman when he was a little bit younger. Yeah, no. Garrett! I'm stuck! I got talking too much. I got stuck.
Somebody said, why not try watching one of your old videos to see what to do? Yeah, so Zack Snyder killed everybody.
You killed Lucius. He killed most of the people. Gordon was alive,
Luke Fox
and then
is Batman,
Alfred.
right?
Luke Fox was... No, Luke. I said Lucius Fox.
No, I know Lucius is... But Luke Fox is Batwing.
Yes.
But they never... Like, they never seem to get to Batwing's story in anything.
Move the second level back.
He's in the Batwoman show, right?
Yeah.
But they have him like as a side character or something.
Well, the Batwoman is going to go through a lot of crazy stuff. They have to bring Bruce Wayne in now. Like, I don't know when Batwoman's coming back, but they're already talking about bringing Batman in suit at the end of Season 2. That way he'll be the one that shows up in that team-up with Superman, because Ruby's gone.
But with... Okay, I'm just curious. With Batwing, doesn't he have a cool, like, glider suit or, like, a flying thing or something like that?
Said I need to move
I thought he has
this?
a lot of gadgets or something. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I feel like... I feel like starting with that one.
Ah!
Oh my gosh!
Not quite, detective.
What was that movie where Alicia Silverstone was Batgirl?
That was Joel Schumacher.
Oh my gosh. I feel like because everyone, like you said, it sets a precedent. Because that's probably why they're bringing in Batgirl now. Because everyone remembers that terrible movie with Batgirl.
Snyder says the only Robin he likes is Carrie Kelly. He
That's
said it.
stupid. Why would that be the only Robin he likes?
Because he's a Frank Miller fan. And Frank Miller does not like Robin. No, you haven't seen what he did, but hey guys, what did Frank Miller do to Dick Grayson in The Dark Knight Strikes Again?
I don't want to think about it.
I'll tell you what.
I might have to leave.
I'll tell you what he did.
I don't want to know.
They turned him into the Joker.
I don't want to know.
And then they had him kill a bunch of Justice League members, and basically they made him insane. And Batman ended up killing Dick Grayson in a Frank Miller book. So
Yeah, it's disturbing.
it is disturbing. So that's where he got his inspiration.
Well,
Snyder got his inspiration from Frank Miller. That is a known fact.
Well, the only reason I'm saying this is because I think...
Dang it!
I thought Luke, Fox, and Nightwing were around the same age.
Oh, wait, no, this is right.
And it would be really cool to have them as, like, friends together, like, in the same universe.
But we weren't going to get a Bat Family movie because they killed Grayson. That's my main argument.
Okay.
It's not woulda, coulda, shoulda. He's dead. You can't do anything. What are you going to do? All you can use is Batman, and Batman's grand ending was him dying.
Okay.
That was it. And that's the end of everything Batman. There's nobody to take his place. It's over.
So basically what you're saying is I feel like the Telltale Batman games did a better job of handling the Batman family than Zack Snyder
Yes.
did, and WB did.
Yes.
That was cool to see Lucius and everyone working together in the Telltale games. I liked that.
I don't like Tim being replaced in the animated movies, but that was an Alan... what's his name?
Thank you for the super chat, Ronaldo.
Guys, help me out. Alan Burnett Allen, the guy from animated series fame who's been like the producer on a lot of DC animated movies. He's not a big fan of Tim Drake.
Can't remember.
Alan Burnett, I can't remember his name. He's partially the reason why Tim Drake was not brought over into anything other than the Lego movies. Oh, that's fun. Great. What now? Oh, I'm looking at this the wrong way.
Oh, that's awesome. Batman and Ark Knight player says his parents are gonna get him welcome.
You know, the line between perfectly designed riddle and unfair death trap really comes down to user error.
So yeah, I'm kind of done talking about the Snyderverse guys because I get kind of heated. But I mean that's my reasoning. That's why I don't like certain things.
How do you feel about... Okay, so Ronaldo said, how do you feel about Tim getting replaced by Damian as Robin in the new animated movies?
I already kind of
I
was answering that when people were asking me more Snyder related stuff.
Luke loves Tim Drake. It's never cool for Tim Drake to get replaced.
But they already said the reason why they did that is they didn't want too many Robins because it would age up Batman in their new 52 universe. So Dick Grayson was the only Robin prior. There was no Jason Todd. They're going to try to do Jason Todd in the new DC Rebirth animated movies, but I would not count on a shared universe in the DC animated movies for a while. It starts over with Superman Man of Tomorrow, which looks fantastic. Don't get me wrong. But the next Batman movie is a standalone, The Long Halloween. And then Bruce Timm's Batman animated movie that's going to be announced at the DC Fandom event is a standalone. So I don't know what it's going to be. It's, as far as I know, it's not Long Halloween. Long Halloween and Bruce Timm's animated movie are separate, like Batman stories.
For the person who's asking what our take is on the whole thing with Jeff Johns and stuff, we've actually been talking about it for almost an hour. We're just finally finishing talking about it.
I talked about it pretty extensively.
You can just scroll back a little bit and we're not gonna start all over again.
Oh no.
Don't get Kwing ranting about it because his blood pressure is gonna.
Yeah, my
rise.
face, when I was talking about it, I noticed in playback my face turned bright red, so I was getting pretty angry.
So Luke will not be answering that question again. I'm a registered medical assistant, and as his stay-at-home nurse, he's not allowed to go over that question again.
I even said
He will not be answering that.
It got so heated, I said I was gonna like punch Snyder in the face. So
Yeah. He will not be answering that question.
There's some things that I can appreciate about the Snyderverse, and there are parts of it that just like I hate, like the Passion of a Thousand Suns. So it's not good for me to do that. All right, guys, Catwoman's probably gonna get her head blown off because I'm really bad at this. So let's try to take a picture of this.
The thing is, what I don't get about Batgirl is that.
Yeah, but okay, hang on. Blackwing, I'm gonna stop you right there, my friend. Remember that Bruce Timm had a hand in the Justice League versus the Fatal 5 movie, and that was good. And that took place years after the Killing Joke fiasco. So we can give Bruce Timm a little bit of leeway because the team that he has involved with this new Batman movie is pretty good. It may be Batman Animated Series related too. We don't know. The Long Halloween movie is being handled by, I think, Alan. I don't know, though. It'd be great if Dini would get involved with Bruce Timm again, but I don't think that's going to happen.
Thank you for the super chat, Ronaldo. And somebody, Ron6751 says, Kwing, it is an upside down
Can we play
A.
a different game? This one's getting old.
It's supposed to be an upside down A.
It's an upside down A? How does that work?
Ronaldo, thank you for the super chat. Says, what is your opinion on Justice League Dark Apocalypse?
Justice League Dark Apocalypse is basically a very quick rendition of Zack Snyder's vision for his Justice League movie. Guys, I messed up.
People are saying R.I.P. Catwoman.
Yeah, she's gonna die.
Ooh, she's in her 60s outfit.
Yeah. Alright, so this is an upside down A. So then...
But...
Yeah, Zack Snyder's going to get security at the next Zack Snyder con. Kwing's not allowed. Alright, I think this is it. Or we're wrong. If not, we'll try the one next to it.
Here's hoping Eddie hasn't started cheating.
I love this. I love this costume. I wish they had the Batman Returns costume for her, though. That would have been cool.
And they say black cats are bad luck.
Oh my gosh.
Another key, well done.
Lucky.
Of course, you'll lose all 9 lives in an instant should I push this detonator.
That's mean.
Another door unlocked. What a surprise.
Hooray. Alright, let's go save Catwoman. Huh? Where's the stupid car at? Oh dear.
I do like the 60s Catwoman outfit, but at the same time...
Ah, nuts. We have to go through the funhouse again? Ew.
It was cool for the 60s. I don't know if...
Yeah, so I mean, DC fandom event's gonna be pretty cool. I really hope that, you know, Jeff Johns doesn't get canceled over this, but I don't know. The thing that's probably best about this right now is to let the social media stuff die down. As long as his friend Ben Affleck and Gal Gadot and other people don't come forward with similar allegations, he should be fine. But if I were him, I think it's a good idea that he's off social media. He hasn't been on social media since 2019, so... Yeah. If I didn't have a YouTube channel, I wouldn't have social media.
From appreciating that fact. And then you appear in Gotham, dressing up your cognitive capabilities marginally superior as they are to that of the average hoodlum, in the guise of a crusading hero. And oh, how the people swoon. To the orphanage, hero! It's time to rejoin Catwoman for another trial.
I can tell you guys something not Snyder related that's kind of fun to talk about. A little theory I had that I'd like to bounce off you guys, if that's cool. So, I was just randomly on Twitter the other day, and I had this idea to do this tweet about how I thought that the Batman movies, like all of them, matched up to specific timelines in DC Comics history. And I think it's actually pretty spot on, so I'm going to share that with you guys. You can go and read my original tweet. It's got like 100 likes or like 80 retweets or something. I don't know. But anyway, the Keaton Batman is based after the Bob Kane, Bill Finger 1939 Killer Batman. Batman Returns is based after the 1990s 1990s Detective Comics by Denny O'Neil, Chuck Dixon, and some other people like that. He's a very quiet Batman. He's solo. He doesn't work with Robin. Then when Joel Schumacher came in to reinvent Batman, he took inspiration from the 1940s Batman comics where Robin was first introduced because his reasoning was that when he was a kid, he was always familiar with Batman and Robin being together, like a team. So he couldn't make a Batman movie that didn't have Robin involved. So it's kind of Schumacher's thing that Robin was going to be in the movies because Tim Burton, as you know, did not like Robin because he saw Robin as kind of a joke going back to the 60s show, the campy comic book years, and Frank Miller's take on Robin. Tim Burton was a big advocate of Robin Stupid, and even though they had that great script that I read for you guys, Batman 2, where Vicky Vale and Bruce Wayne get married, and Dick Grayson is kind of like this street orphan that kind of becomes Robin, but not really. That was as far as Tim Burton was going to go with that. If you want to check out more on that story, that lore, you can watch the Batman 2 story that I did a video on many, many years ago for Christmas. It was a fun read of that as well. I really enjoyed that. But anyway, so Batman Returns is based on the 90s run of DC Comics before you had Jean Paul Valley show up. Batman Forever is based on the 40s adventures of Batman and Robin. Of course, Batman and Robin is based on the 60s TV show, which both everybody involved, Uma Thurman, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Chris O'Donnell, George Clooney, everybody, they had a big connection to that, and that's what their inspiration was. Joel Schumacher, when he was shooting the movies, made two big judgment problems that I do not like that he did this. The first one is he told people that they were making a cartoon, so have fun. Whenever they were filming, he'd get on his bullhorn and he'd be like, "Remember, everyone, we're making a cartoon! Smile!"
So they didn't make it serious.
They didn't make it serious at all. Batman Forever, like, Val Kilmer kept them on pace, and Tommy Lee Jones, and making a serious movie. Jim Carrey made it a little crazy, but for the most part, Batman Forever is a great reimagining of the Burton years. It works. It's a watchable movie. It's fun. Batman and Robin is a cartoon. A very bad one.
It's one of the probably the worst Batman movies.
It's pretty bad. Schumacher apologized for that. George Clooney apologized, but if Val Kilmer was involved, I found out something very interesting while I continue this, but Val Kilmer said the reason why he didn't return for Batman 2, like their version of 2, it's not just that he was having conflict of interest or like he and Schumacher weren't getting along. One of the reasons why he couldn't stand Schumacher is because he was replaced by George Clooney because the studio wanted them to go ahead and make Batman 2 or Batman 4 right away based on the massive success of the first film. And Val Kilmer had already signed on to do another movie that he was in the middle of shooting. So Schumacher didn't get his first choice, and Chris O'Donnell also almost didn't return to the role because he really liked working with Val Kilmer and the original cast and stuff like that. So he wanted to continue to do that, and it didn't work out that way. So George Clooney came in. He was the new boy on set. He didn't really know anything other than the 60s Batman, and whatever Joel said, he did whatever. So also, he was shooting ER at the same time, so he kind of made it a joke. So, I mean, it's partially Clooney's fault as well that things ended up happening the way they did with that movie. So, the Batman and Robin movie is based on the 60s camp years. Schumacher left, and Batman was reinvented, and Chris Nolan took inspiration from the 1970s Batman books, so the Denny O'Neil and Neil Adams run of the 70s and 80s, where Batman was reinvented after the campy era to have darker stories. You brought in Ra's al Ghul, you had Scarecrow, you had more detective-driven stuff, you had darker stories. That's the Nolan trilogy right there. BVS is based on Frank Miller's run. Very obvious. Zack Snyder, Ben Affleck, Henry Cavill. Henry Cavill is more of a Dan Jargon Superman fan and not so much. I'm amazed that he knows like all the Superman books. Henry Cavill is a huge Superman fan, like major Superman fanboy. He loves the comics. He knows the comics. He probably knows Superman better than I do. But yeah. So Frank Miller is the BVS Batman and Justice. Well, not Justice League. Well, we'll see what Snyder Cut does. But then you have. I was talking to somebody, and this makes a lot of sense. A lot of people saying that the Long Halloween adaptation of the Matt Reeves movie is going to be very similar to a Jeff Loeb Batman story of the late 90s, early 2000s Batman. So the Batman that you're going to see from Matt Reeves, he's going to be like kind of that 90s edge, but a little bit darker and more like that Long Halloween Batman, which is going to work really, really well. So that's how you have all the stuff. 1939 is 89 Batman. 1990s Batman is Batman Returns. He kills people every once in a while, just like, you know, kind of Batman did after Jason Todd's death. 1940s is Batman and Batman Forever. 1960s is Batman and Robin. Dark Knight trilogy is Denny O'Neil, so 70s Bronze Age DC Comics. BVS is Frank Miller, so 80s, and most likely Matt Reeves' Batman is based on the Jeff Loeb late 90s, early 2000s run. That's my thing.
People are saying you can bring in your car.
Oh, I can bring in my car now? Oh, okay. How can I bring in my car? Oh, I see. So I can shoot down. But yeah, that's what happens when I talk a lot, people.
Enemy in pursuit. I'm near Wayne Interaction. Sir, I've got a system shutdown on multiple backup is en route.
I don't know why people are talking about the Green Lantern movie, but they're saying Ryan Reynolds did a good job based on what he was making.
You know, I'm actually, if they can get Ryan Reynolds back to do a cameo of Green Lantern,
I need to stay within range.
That's awesome. Very cool.
But at Deadpool, didn't he go back and destroy himself?
Yeah, he kind of killed Ryan Reynolds. Deadpool killed Ryan Reynolds. So I don't know how that's gonna work. But I really hope. I think Ryan Reynolds can play a great Hal Jordan. I think he'd do fantastic. I'm interested to see what they do with it. More power to him. Okay,
I don't know who Henry is.
Henry Cavill?
Oh, that's who everyone's talking about with Henry.
Yeah, Henry is a huge Superman fan.
I was like,
I lost the APC.
Sorry.
It's okay if you lost
That's
the
why it's hard for me to. I don't always know what you guys are saying, and it's hard for me to know what comments are important to tell Luke, because sometimes I don't know what you guys are talking about. It's over my head.
Why didn't those blow up? That's not good.
Yeah, Blackwing has been saying in the chat if they make. Well, I remember your other comment, Blackwing, where you said if they make spandex, they better make it not look cheap. And then Blackwing just said if Ryan Reynolds is doing Green Lantern cameo, they better make it an accurate suit.
That's what I'm saying. No CGI.
Yeah, the suit being formed from CGI was pretty weird.
Let's kill Batman. They're all gonna blow up. Some of them will.
I mean, I think that's another thing that everyone has been waiting for. Like, in the DC universe, the DC universe has so much potential. Not only do you have all the Green Lanterns, but you have that whole universe. With the Green Lantern universe, and all the different lanterns. The yellow lanterns, red lanterns, pink lanterns, everything. I mean, you have the little tiny people that oversee the Lantern universe. I can't remember what their names are. I mean, you have that whole universe.
I messed up.
Yeah, Chad says, let's hope the suit is not animated. Yeah.
Let the suit not be green or animated. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Maybe it's time to get out of town.
I messed up. I messed up so bad. Oh, darn it.
Yeah, and I remember your comment before, Chad, saying, like, do the executives hate money or something? It's like,
Yeah, and just
feels
to,
like they do.
I got a little heated talking about Snyder. If I met him in real life, I would not punch him in the face. I said I would like to punch him in the face for some of the stupid things he did.
Luke would probably be nice to him. Civil.
I would be civil, but I'd probably yell at him.
Luke.
That is
you
me
would
being,
not.
that's me being civil.
I've seen you meet developers and stuff you disagree with. You're just nice to them. You shake their hands. You're not one of those YouTubers.
I can't shake the hand of the devil!
No, you've done
I
it.
can't
I've seen
do
you
it!
do it! I've seen you shake
No!
people's hands you don't like.
No!
You do it all the time.
No!
You're civil to them. You're a business person.
I was civil to the guy from Arkham Origins. He was
You're civil
kinda...
to everyone. Everyone Luke meets in real life, he's civil to.
I couldn't do it. Don't ask me to do it, Amber.
No, you've
Don't
done it.
you ask me!
You're not one of those game journalists that's like, I have a bone to pick with you.
Snyder punch! No.
Luke doesn't do, like, Luke doesn't...
I'm
Luke
civil.
is not rude to people when he meets them.
I just give them dizzying questions that they get offended by.
You do... Luke is civil, but then he will ask them questions that they don't want. Like, when he has the videotape rolling, when you have the camera on them and the microphone, he will ask them poignant questions.
Oh my gosh, that interview that I wasn't allowed to post for Arkham Origins, I need to find that because you could just see the director of Arkham Origins was not happy. Oh my gosh.
Thank
Dawn
you.
of the Robins.
Dawn of the Robin. Thank you, Ronnie.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you, Ronnie Ray.
No, I would be civil, but I would ask him a lot of dizzying questions and be like, why couldn't you just play ball? Like what this is what you know, stamping your feet got you. The entire cinematic universe was turned on its head for like 4 years.
Maybe he did it out of principle. Maybe they originally told him he could do whatever he wanted.
I don't think so.
And then when he was like, oh, this is what I want, they were like, well, you can't do that. And he was like, you told me I could do whatever I wanted.
I don't think so. They didn't like it when he killed, like, Jimmy Olsen, like, so nonchalant.
That's what I don't like when people just...
Hi, my name's Jimmy Olsen. Bang!
If they're gonna die, it would be better to actually be meaningful.
Exactly, and I don't like how some people on Twitter were like, well, if you kill a character, how does that mean you don't love them? It's like, what?
It does mean that.
What? How? What logic is that? I love you. I'm gonna pull a Dan Dido and kill you.
If you would do that to somebody in real life, it would mean you would not love them.
Uh-oh.
So if you kill somebody off, like, I'm sorry, but if I was writing a movie or a comic book and I really hated a character, yes, I would have them accidentally fall in lava to conveniently get if you kill the character off, the character can no longer exist and you can't write stories about them. Also, it would feel very satisfying seeing a character that you wish was dead and you hate fall into lava and be destroyed, and then nobody... And the worst thing you could do to a character is kill them off and then have no one mourn them.
You can't...
That would be the worst thing. So if you see somebody who kills a character off and nobody says anything, then I'm pretty sure that person who wrote that hated the character. Because that would be the worst thing ever. And my evidence is from Splinter in the Ninja Turtles movie. It says, everybody dies, but that one guy, Iroku Saki...
When you die, it will be without honor!
If the character dies without honor, then you know the person hated them. Like, the way that one character was killed off, that I heard the one Green Lantern character was killed off. The girl, she was like Hispanic or something. They just killed her off randomly. What was that character? They just were killing random Green Lantern characters off. Randomly killing them off for no reason. Probably because someone's just trying to destroy...
I actually did it! I mean, of course I did. Good.
I forgot how to do this part. Yeah, Luke is civil, says Amy. Maybe. No. Okay. I like what Blackwing and Garrett said. They like that I chose this profession because if I was a pastor, I would probably break mid-sermon to talk about Batman. They're probably not wrong. When I was doing my youth pastor thing in seminar, I did try to find some way to do a sermon based on Batman, so I could explain to kids the difference between sin and not sin, and I used Batman as an example. It didn't go very well, and I kind of went off on a tangent, and I got an F on that sermon or whatever. So, also the pastor who I was at his church or whatever, he kind of looked at me like, "You have a great speaking voice, and you got a lot of passion, but I don't think this is the field for you." And it's like, I don't get it. So yeah, that was kind of a funny story. I thought it sounded cool, but... Okay, how am I supposed to do this?
Yeah, you guys, if somebody gets timed out in the chat, please don't ask why they got timed out, or, you know, if they got timed out. It's, number one, it causes more drama, and number two...
The back claw won't work, but I can...
Don't question our admins or our mods, because... we can't afford to pay them. We really need their help, and we appreciate them. If you guys stress our mods out, then they'll end up, like, not being able... they'll end up leaving or something, and they won't be able to help us, and we really need their help, and so we appreciate them, you guys. So please don't ask why somebody was timed out. Don't sit there and ask about it. Don't stress. You know, just be appreciative they're there. If the admins were not there in the chat, then Luke would have to stop every 10 seconds and have Batman sitting there getting punched in the face repeatedly while he tried to go up close and look at the question and try to answer it. So the admins are there so you guys can actually continue to watch the stream. You would not want to see Luke trying to do this without the admins helping us out. So they're helping out of the goodness of their hearts so you guys can watch the stream.
Guys, I'm just gonna go and do the Riddler mission because I can't do this while talking. So we're just gonna go back on point and take down Riddler.
Selena's still trapped at the orphanage.
That's my thing. But yeah, I need to find that interview with the Arkham Origins guy because I think the NDA is way up. And even though I got them to talk about spoilers and got them pretty mad, I think it'd be a fun thing to post. Although if they really are publishing the Gotham Knights game, I probably don't want to do anything to annoy them any more than I already do. So maybe I'll wait like another 5 years before I post it.
Oh, I guess we have gone to streaming for a while, but we had a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of Batman news today.
It's not really Batman news, it's Snyder news.
And we have had a lot of fun talking with you guys, so thank you guys so much for the awesome
Bat flip.
You're back.
I said I'd get you out of here.
I know. It's just... nothing. Let's get to the next room, okay? Before my head explodes. Come on, then. Let's jump through Eddie's next hoop.
Yeah, why didn't they give us the Batman Returns Catwoman costume?
Yeah, I mean, like...
I'm kind of looking forward to whatever he's got lined up next. It's more interesting than waiting for you.
For the Adam West show, her costume was really cute. Especially, I think the girl who was playing Catwoman was very pretty, so she made the costume work really well. But today, with the necklace, and it just looks so 60s. It just looks... Honestly, this costume kind of reminds me of the Anne Hathaway costume a little bit, which I didn't really like that costume anyway, but I really did like the Catwoman costume in the 60s, though. In the 60s. It worked for that show. It probably wouldn't work in any other show.
Well, there's a couple problems, guys, with the Arkham Origins interview. The guy, he didn't technically walk off the interview, but if they're involved with the new game and I post that old thing, which they might think I did out of spite, but I just think the reaction is kind of funny. I've been trying to behave with WB Games Montreal and stay under the radar. Like, I might still be blacklisted by them or blocked. I don't remember. I'm in pretty good with Rocksteady and Telltale and Traveler's Tales and stuff like that. But WB Games Montreal has never really been nice to a lot of my videos that I post. So I don't want them to remember who I am until many, many years after I get the Gotham Knights game.
There were 3 60s Catwoman costumes, Blackwing?
There were three 60s Catwoman costumes.
I have no idea which one.
Yeah.
I don't know which one. I
This
didn't know.
is the first one. That's the original. That's the first Catwoman costume.
Yeah, I guess Julie Newmar, the girl that's people like saw as like really beautiful or whatever.
Yep, cutscene.
Well, hello again to my favorite comedy double act. I'd just like to say what a novelty it's been constructing riddle chambers for 2 half-wits instead of 1. Why, that's practically a whole wit between you. Dark Knight, when you failed your feline friend and are done mourning over her headless corpse, perhaps we'll do this again with, Robin? Or maybe that prodigal son of yours over in Bloodhaven.
I just said if I post it on Patreon and WB Games Montreal sees it and they remember who I am, all my, I wouldn't say good press, but I'm kind of banking on being able to cover the Gotham Knight game, and you've seen what companies do now to people they don't like. They try to deplatform you. And there are people in the Arkham community that don't like me. My only friend in the Arkham community is AV. Everybody else doesn't like me.
Wait.
Except for Slick Moth likes me still. So Slick Moth and AV, and I think Savage still likes me, but everybody else not so much.
I forgot about Eartha Kitt. She's super famous as Catwoman.
Eartha Kitt was the 3rd Catwoman.
So then there was another one?
Lee Merriweather was the movie Catwoman. Julie Newmar was the TV show.
Eartha Kitt was in the. She was in that one cartoon we really liked.
Emperor's New Groove.
Yes, and she was like in a lot of voiceover things. Actually, Eartha Kitt was in a lot of stuff, I thought. Wow, that's real. I forgot. I don't even remember what Eartha. Wait. Did Eartha Kitt have the purple outfit? Was she the purple Catwoman?
There was no purple Catwoman.
There wasn't? She didn't have a purple Catwoman?
The purple costume was Yvonne Craig, who played Batgirl.
I thought Catwoman had a purple outfit, too.
Catwoman has a purple outfit in the comics.
Oh, yeah. Blackwing said Eartha Kitt actually went all in with the purring and stuff. Oh, yeah. I vaguely remember that.
Oh, no. Garrett, John, I'm gonna need help, yo. How did I do this before?
Can you get up there?
The ceiling? Easy.
That's cool. I like that she, I do kind of remember.
This. Can a maze still amaze if it doesn't have walls?
Wait.
I do wish they had the purple Batgirl costume in here.
They don't have any.
They can't because she's a Oracle.
Stuck, you two?
No, Batgirl's in this game.
Strikes you, it'll be like a cartoon light bulb flashing above your head.
Wait, what? I thought I could crawl over there.
So they had 3 different Catwoman costumes?
No, honey. They didn't have 3 different Catwoman costumes. They had 3 different Catwomen.
Or did they wear similar outfits?
They all wore the same costume.
Well, I mean, they would have had to make a new version of each costume because the.
No.
I mean, it like clings so tightly to you. You'd have to like make it exactly. For
It's
the
same.
person.
It's the same costume though.
It's the same design.
It's the same costume.
Okay.
Blackwing is gonna look it up. When Batman turns into a teacher, maybe an unpopular opinion, but I hope they put the Riddler stuff in the new game. They probably will, Tristan. I mean, the Riddler has been in every Batman game. Well, no, let me correct that. The Riddler was not in Batman Vengeance. The Riddler was... I don't think the Riddler was in Sinzu. Wait. Give me a second. Batman Vengeance consisted of Joker, Harley, Poison Ivy, Mr. Freeze. Batman Rise of Sinzu was Scarecrow, Bane, Clayface, and I don't know. I don't remember.
Oh, cool. Yeah, she does look super cute as Catwoman. She was like crawling on the furniture like a cat and
Yeah,
stuff.
she made the role her own.
Oh my gosh, that's so cute. Also, her mask is a little bit different.
Luke figured out all the plots of all the Arkham games before they came out. He predicted that the Joker was Clayface, Joker is Black Mask, Jason is the Knight. Yeah, and WB Games didn't like me doing that, Lords of Shadow, did they? I got in trouble. Like, I wasn't allowed to post one of my videos because they didn't know if I had spoilers in it until some people were allowed to post their game early, like their footage. I had to wait until almost midnight when the game came out because my WB contact didn't know if I had spoilers, like, in my playthrough. Because I have this nasty habit of figuring out all the Batman game's plots before the game is over, and they don't want that to get a lot of traction because spoilers. But I've been right about everything. The only thing I was wrong about going back to Arkham Knight was that the Keaton Batmobile would not be playable in free roam. And I was proven wrong with that. That was faulty information on my part. And I still get crucified in the community for that.
Thank you for the super chat, Bach. Says, any Batman villains do you want in a movie? Batman villains that you really want in a movie.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, I'm looking at Eartha Kitt's costume here. It is very similar, but I feel like her mask is a little bit different, but her costume is extremely similar.
John, what? You have to switch back and forth between Batman and Catwoman to follow the path of the maze, K-Wing. K-Wing, world's greatest Batman detective. Not your fault, you're practically psychic. I'm starting to wonder. I think I'm an empath.
Look, so what will...
No!
Thank you,
Good. That pain is what stupidity feels like.
Shut up, Riddler.
Oh, wow. See,
Very stupid when I catch up with you.
Sorry, did I say something wrong?
No, I don't remember how to do this. I'm going crazy. Didn't we draw a map?
I didn't know.
We drew a map.
Like, I don't remember seeing Eartha Kitt when she was so young. She looks so cute there.
I have a couple people on 4chan, Garrett, that have, like, a list of all the times I'm wrong. And, like, they use that to discredit me. So, I got a lot riding on my rep for the DC Nation thing. Like, although I think I can still salvage myself if the Batman game... If a Batman game is announced, whether or not it's Lego Batman, I did say a Batman game would be announced, so got a little wiggle room this time.
Yeah, I think the reason why I didn't remember, like, the other Catwoman as much was because I think I only watched, like, a few episodes of the show, and I didn't really watch too far into it. I don't really watch the... what villains would you want in a Batman movie? I think Luke would want...
Because they say, Star, that I bullied a Arkham YouTuber, which wasn't true.
Basically, what happened was... I don't want to go into it, but basically...
You're going to get into it.
Luke?
I just said what it was.
Yeah. Basically, they lied and they said that... I was actually on the stream of which they took the... Somebody misunderstood something we were saying on a stream and said it was bullying some random person. They said that we were bullying them specifically.
There's a riddle board?
But the weird thing is, we didn't even know who they were. So how could we bully someone that we didn't even know who they were? And then they, like, called us out on Twitter and then said that we were bullying them. And it was like... What?
That board tells you what you're supposed to do? Since when? Are you being for real right now? I never did it that way. Honey, can you... My eyes are...
What?
My eyes are terrible. I'm gonna take a... Can you go take a picture of that for me? With my phone? Because I can't see those dots. They're saying there's dots over there. Can you please go take the picture? Well, I'll need your phone though. So I mean, if you, because my phone, if I zoom in like that, it's gonna be super blurry.
Oh my gosh, Shadow, please.
So yeah, the chalkboard, the chalkboard. The chalkboard. Okay, you only need one picture, honey. And then I'm going to switch to Catwoman, and then you can get the other board. Did you get it? Wait, honey, I need to switch to Catwoman, because she has the other part.
Alright, I got it.
Okay, I'm Catwoman now. There's another board over there.
Well, I kind of took 3 pictures of that one.
Okay.
Alright.
Wait, that's not it? What are you guys talking about, then? The board. The board shows the path. Are you talking about the question mark? I can see the question mark. Honey, I'm sorry. They're telling me it's a giant question mark thing. Shut up, Shadow. I'm old.
Alright.
Don't you use that language, young lady. Alright, so Catwoman needs to go 3 up and over. So... Catwoman goes... 1... What? 2... 3... Over?
You know, I had to disable a security system like this when I robbed Queen Industry. Never mind.
What, Shadow?
Shadow, come on. Alright, so Batman goes 1, 2... 1, 2, up. Okay, so third... Batman. 1... 2... Not now, Shadow. Catwoman goes... 2, 3. No. 3... 1, 2, 3. Batman goes... Wait, where am I? Shoot. Goes all the way over? Okay. 1, 2... Dang it!
Oh, what a shock. For you, I mean, Detective. I was expecting it.
Okay, shut up. Catwoman goes over? What? 1, 2... What?
Am I excited for the new Catwoman?
Oh, gosh.
I think so. I mean, she should do a good job.
Yeah, she should be amazing.
I don't really know a lot of the actors. I think I'm more excited about her as Catwoman than Robert Pattinson as Batman. I'm very nervous about Sparkly Bat.
Oh, come on! Stop spinning it!
But, I mean, I think she'll do a good job. She seems really pretty, so, I mean, I think, like, she'll do a good job from what I've, like, seen. I don't really know much about her.
Now. Okay. Wait, did that work? Alright, so who is this? This is Catwoman's. Okay, so switch back to Batman. Or Catwoman. Okay, Catwoman, you are... Where are you? Okay, so I went... 1, 2, 3 up. 1 over... 3 over. And now I need to go 1 back? Really?
Oh, I remember helping you with this.
Yeah, we had it written down.
Darn it.
And over. And then... all the way over.
Oh my gosh, Luke.
And then up. 1, 2,
There, Selena.
3. Wait, what? That's 3!
I don't understand how we're supposed to do this. Oh, we're supposed to follow the board?
Yeah, you follow the board. Now I gotta take a picture of Catwoman's board. Okay, cheating time.
So it looks like... Alright.
1, 2, snap. Okay. Catwoman, Batman has to go... Wait, was that correct?
Honestly, I kind of just do my job and, like, cook and take care of my cats, so I don't I never really grew up with a lot of popular music, so I'm kind of like ignorant about popular groups. Like I grew up with folk music and stuff like that, so I don't really, I know like old jazz music and stuff like that, and classical music. I know some bands kind of, but not really. So I don't really know those people, actually.
Okay. That's fine.
I wish I had more time to sit and listen to music and try to figure out what bands that I like or something.
Done on this side.
But now you can't. Is this one shut off? Yeah, I know. I just walked on it because I got super lazy. I didn't care anymore. I was like, I don't care. Electrocute me.
I mean, I didn't really watch. I don't think I watched the Halle Berry Catwoman movie, but I heard it was
I watched the Halle Berry Catwoman movie. It was terrible.
I guess people say. I feel like she did a really good job as Storm. I don't know how.
She did a great job as Storm.
I don't know how. I guess she kind of like maybe the direction or the script was bad.
No,
for the other
she
movie.
just. I don't. She wasn't even playing Selena Kyle.
I feel like
she was.
her outfit didn't look like Catwoman,
No.
to be honest. Like it was too weird.
All right, so I'm over here. So then I need to go up. Up again. What? 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 What?
But I'm very thankful you guys told me about Eartha Kitt as Catwoman, because I vaguely remember that now, and
None over here.
that's very cute. Like I just looked it up, and she does wear.
Congratulations. And now your reward. Robot.
Okay, what color do I beat up again? Red.
I thought she was very cute, like in the pictures of Eartha Kitt, where she's like kind of clinging to the furniture like a cat. She looks super cute as Catwoman. So now I'm thinking, wow, I'm gonna have to check some clips of her out as Catwoman.
She was the third Catwoman, so she's the final season. The one that had Batgirl in it.
Ah, okay. I do like everything that... I know Eartha Kitt sings really well.
Dang
and
it.
I know I like her in other things. So. I would like the Michelle Pfeiffer costume.
Nobody understands why they didn't do the Batman Returns Catwoman costume. People wanted it.
It's such an iconic
The key. Take
costume.
the key. I suppose you just about earned it.
Okay, the key is... And that was the last thing for tonight, guys, in terms of everything. I got off on a tangent. I'm not going to be talking a lot tomorrow. We'll be doing Penguin stuff and Cloudburst tomorrow. I actually had a rant during the Keaton stream, too. It's kind of interesting. The rant during the Keaton stream was Batman Bad Blood. There was one episode dedicated to where I was just, like, very angry. So
Seriously, Eddie, how much longer
that
is
kind
it
of
going
ended
to
up being this stream. Things never change. I'm a creature of habit. I just have a lot of passion and rage. Rage! I don't like when people are just so arrogant.
The thing I don't like about them, like, doing that...
Cutscene.
Oh,
How
sorry.
clever the pair of you must feel. How smug. Well, I hate to intrude upon this miserable little moment of victory, but I wanted you to be aware you're very unlikely to see one another again. Catwoman, the Batman will fail you, because waiting for him beneath Ranelagh Ferry Terminal is my greatest trial.
Ooh, we could put Catwoman on the thumbnail tomorrow.
Well, that would be cute.
Batman, are we?
Don't let what Riddler said get to you.
Eddie is an idiot, but he's an idiot who built a series of underground death traps across the city.
And?
And I just wanted to say, be safe. This is definitely your mess, and I appreciate you cleaning it up, but just be careful while you do it, okay?
He doesn't say anything.
We're almost done. I can taste the night air. Hurry to that last course. Be careful in the last test, okay? One test left. Hurry back.
Now I'm thinking that would have been cute if they did put Eartha Kitt in here and made her like have. Well, she already does.
Eddie sounded
furry and
pretty
stuff.
pissed. Make sure that last test isn't just a trap.
But I guess they already represented the 60s, but it still would have been cute to represent a different Catwoman. But they didn't even have the other Catwoman from the Keaton Batman.
No, they didn't. They have the Keaton
So,
Batman in this, and
very limited costumes.
This is your chance with Catwoman, Batsy. She's vulnerable, trapped in an abandoned orphanage. That sure spells romance to me. Speaking of which, I went back to the afterlife to check on Talia, and, well, we got to talking about how you basically murdered us both. She started crying, so I went to comfort her, and, well, before I knew it, one thing led to another, and, you know. Thing is, Tally and I just want you to be happy. I tell the little pussycat how you feel while you still can.
he slept with Talia in hell.
When I take over your body and lock you away in a tiny little corner of your mind, I'll kill her first.
That's what he said, go have fun with Catwoman, because, you know, me and Talia were talking, because you both put us, you know, down there, and he's like, one thing led to another, and, well, you know.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he's screwing with Batman's head. Alright, guys, that is going to do it for tonight's stream. Thank you for listening to the little rant. Again, because this could be used against me later, I do not wish ill harm on Zack Snyder. I just think he's a punk, and I am very much looking forward to seeing the Snyder Cut completed, but also I'm more excited about Michael Keaton returning to Batman, and, you know, doing that whole Flashpoint thing and resetting the board. Tomorrow will be a Catwoman-centered episode, freeing Catwoman, taking down Penguin, and doing the Cloudburst. So Catwoman is going on the thumb tomorrow, because there's only one thing left with her.
So sometime in the future, you guys will see Mr. Freeze on the cover.
Mr. Freeze will be on a thumbnail pretty soon. But, yeah.
People said they enjoyed your passion for the comics, Kwing.
But yeah, just, again, to alliterate, I wish no ill harm on anyone. I think that WB and Zack Snyder had a lot of creative differences that made them butt heads quite a bit. It's a shame what ended up happening, because the people who suffer the most were the actors and the fans. So that's my final statement on it. Tomorrow we'll be just hanging out, playing some other stuff, but you know me, whenever it comes to Batman-related stuff, I just can't let it go too much. So this was a pretty long stream. Most of that was ranting. Yeah, that's it. That's all, people. Have a great night. And I will see you with the freeing Catwoman stream tomorrow. If you guys can come up with a cool title for tomorrow's video, that'd be fantastic. All right. Night, people. Smoke bomb.
God bless and happy gaming. See ya.